There's no intro. Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Combox Live. I am Behram Kazi, who you can find at Def Mango on Twitter. And then I've got one of my good friends, Akshay Kumaraswamy, with me. You can find him at YCricketY on Twitter. And we are here on a live watch-along show to cover Delhi's game versus KKR at the Kotla. How goes it, Akshay?
Yeah, going good. I'm actually impressed that you were able to get my second name, through and through. None of the syllables
Yeah,
were missed. So,
it's
yeah,
not hard. In fact, I have a
not hard. I
question
mean,
for
it's
you.
sure.
But I'll ask it after we call this delivery. That's the first boundary in the game. And
Ooh.
pretty good rock back and pull shot by Patham for 4. So
All
I'd
right.
love to have this conversation with your parents. Your surname is Kumaraswamy, and they were like, it'd be quite fun to name our kid Akshay. Is that how it went?
I've asked this question myself for what it's worth. I was an Akshay Kumar fan solely for that reason for the longest time. Until my man decided to start making shitty movies, and then I was like, no, this isn't the
Right.
guy I want to be behind. So I was like, okay, no, I'll go. But I was really his fan, like a big time fan of him. Not even kidding.
Interesting. His name isn't Akshay Kumar, by the way. That's his stage name.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
the
Rajiv
real Akshay
Hariom
Kumar.
Bhatia. That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. By the way, I'm a huge Bollywood buff for what it's worth. I watch even the shittiest of movies that anyone does. So yeah, I'm more than happy to talk all things
I've
Bollywood too.
watched 90s Bollywood because, back when I was a kid, my family used to watch that. But then it got too item songy for me, you know?
Hmm.
And now I only watch like the cool stuff on Netflix because those movies and shows are a bit different. There's more
Fair.
storytelling over there, no songs. So, yeah.
I get that. I get that. It's just that I grew up, on a diet of those item songy Bollywood. So for me, that's bread and butter. I'm like, where's the masala? Where?
Wait,
You know,
how old are you?
I, oh my word, I'm 27. Actually, I turned 28 last month, so I'm 28.
Okay, so you're not that young, just 4 years younger
Yeah.
than I am.
Yeah. But
But I
item
can see
songs
how
had
you would
already
have.
made it to Bollywood by
Yeah.
then.
Yeah,
Yeah.
makes sense. I don't think I've watched any mainstream Bollywood since the mid 2000s.
Oh, that's sad.
Yeah.
That's when I really got into it, where I started
They
watching
don't
even the
end,
shittiest
bro.
of stuff.
They never end those movies.
That's true. That's right. I feel that's the
Yeah.
beauty of it. It's a feature, not a bug. It just keeps
Hmm.
going on and on. They just keep dragging it. So yeah,
You love Varun. He
that's
also
true.
likes
That's true.
to watch a lot of Indian cinema. Telugu more specifically, though, because he doesn't like to use his brain when he watches movies.
Oh yeah, Telugu is
Yeah,
one of
so,
those. Yeah.
yeah. Varun would hate Interstellar, for instance.
Oh.
I'm
I
assuming,
mean, in a way, Interstellar is also leave your brain at home kind of movie where you
Is
just
it?
if in the sense you can't. I mean, most of them have not still understood what the movie stands for. And in all fairness, I say most of them, even I'm a part of it because the first time I watched it, which was when I was in high school, I was in 12th grade. I did not understand. I just said I understood it to impress the girls. Everyone would ask me what the story meant, what the ending is. We did not know. We used to make up shit. Last year, when the re-release happened in India, I watched it in IMAX. I was like, oh, this is what the movie meant, or this is what they're saying. Jeez.
Yeah. Well,
So yeah.
I'll actually tell you a fun story, but before that, it's important to let people know the first over has gone for 7. Anukul Roy bowled it. KKR did win the toss. Rahane opted to field first at the Kotla. So let's see if that decision turns out to be the correct one. I was in university in Canada when I watched Interstellar in the theaters. And I kid you not, the first time the closet moves, I told my friend, that's her dad. I don't know how I did it, but that was one
Wow.
of my
Okay, I'm
finest
impressed.
moments calling a movie.
I'm impressed.
And when it eventually happened, like the fourth dimension being love and everything, he looked at me and he was like, how the fuck did you know?
I'd be really blown if you tell me that you actually understood the movie the first time you saw, where the fourth dimension meant this and what
Yeah,
the
of
what the
course I
movie
did.
stood for. Oh,
Black hole, fourth dimension, love. Wasn't that hard, man. I was also a STEM kid in engineering school, right? So
I mean, so was I, but fair. I mean, I guess the only benefit of doubt I can give myself is I was in 12th, so I couldn't really care lesser about the science behind the movie. I was more interested in the movie. Again, a Bollywood kid who had probably just about watched Happy New Year then. It released around the same time. I'm not thinking too much about what the fourth dimension stood for and everything, so fair.
I mean, it's probably not real anyway. You know what the fifth dimension is?
Okay, I need an answer from you. I have no clue
I
what to
mean,
even
think
guess.
about it, right? If the fourth dimension is love, what would the fifth dimension be? That's a clue.
Hate.
No. That's also a good answer, but the correct answer is lust.
Oh, I actually thought of last. Then I was like, you know what? Let me be a bit more civil here. Let me not share my
You
most
don't
primal thoughts.
be
Okay.
worried about being civil on Combox. That's the last thing we do over here.
Oh yeah, Jared's already,
Thought-
given me a good glimpse of
Yeah, I
not to
mean,
be
the other day
civil,
I
of
was
how
on
not to
with
be that.
Jared and Rob Barron, and they couldn't stop talking about choking goats. So this is child's play. We're not even there.
Lovely, lovely.
Anyway, what do you
Yep.
know about the track at the Kotla? Do we expect a lot of runs, or is this going to be one of those tricky games?
It is expected to sort of have a lot of runs, at least based on what the pitch report said. But it was interesting to hear what Akshar Patel had to say. Once again, let me just make sure that's what Akshar said, and it wasn't Rahani. Yeah, it was Akshar. So he was like, you know what, the surface makes no difference to us, so we don't care whether we're going to bat first or bowl first. We just have to play with. So like, okay, interesting way of looking at this after being bundled out for 75 and not being able to defend 265 in 2 games.
Yeah,
So
well,
yeah.
there was that. Also, you're getting a lot of love in the comments, Akshay, because people quite liked your hosting skills on the game show with the JB boys. Go check that
Ooh,
out,
thank
whoever
you.
hasn't yet.
Please.
If you're IPL
Yes, yes, please
fans,
do.
that game show is for you. I caught a bit of it, but as you can imagine, I have to deal with a newborn, so
Oh yeah, I can.
I
I
couldn't finish
totally
it.
relate to that. Yes.
And that's the first 6 of the
Ooh,
game.
lovely.
Pathum
Yeah.
Nissanka is extremely strong on the pull. Pull him like Pathum and pull him for 6, baby. What a shot. All right, then. That takes Delhi to, what is it, 15 for no loss in 1.4 overs?
That's correct. That's
You
correct.
cannot
15 of
feed his
10 balls.
hip. You never feed Pathum Nissanka's hip. So that was an error on Webber Arora's part. KKR's bowling, how would you rank it? Like, is it par? Is it below par? They've got Narayan.
It began as being god awful, to be honest. It was very, very, very bad at the start of the season, especially the first 3-4 games. It almost seemed like they had no clue how to pick wickets and how to even defend runs. But I think over the course they've become better. But in the power play, once again, they've been one of the worst bowling sides. If I'm not wrong, what they're averaging in excess of 60, they're conceding in excess of 11 runs per over. So they've been bad through and through when it comes to power plays. And I'm not expecting that to change because Harshit Rana was supposed to be their mainstay in that phase. Him missing out meant that they were always going to play catch up. And again, if I want to go a bit more deeper, the fact that they signed a replacement who made no sense to me, so that once again did not work in their favor. So that bowling attack, barring Narayan and Chakravarti now coming back to form. So the spinners have been really good, but the pacers, they're very hittable.
Fair enough. There's a question for you by Asmit. Asks, how many jerseys do you have, Akshay?
I have jerseys of each of the 10 teams, Asmit. So thank you so much for asking. And I will be wearing each of them. Don't worry. At some point in time, you'll see me wear each one of them.
Do you support a team?
I was a very, very loyal RCB fan, and then they won the trophy, and then the whole episode happened, and I kind of sobered out. I still won't say that I don't. I still have a soft corner for them because I've supported them strongly for 18 years. It's hard to completely cut myself away from that. I'm still human at the end of the day, but not so much anymore. I'm more neutral about it. When they lose, it doesn't affect me as much as it used to, say, until last year. But yeah.
Are you from Bengaluru?
My parents are from Bangalore. I grew up in Dubai, so I don't have so much loyalties associated with the city. It just happened to be something that helped me connect to my roots. That's it.
So when did you move back, and did you move back with your family?
I moved back by myself. My family moved back later. I moved back in 2020. So I've had different stints. So I moved here for high school first. I was in boarding, and then I did my engineering in India, and then I went for my MBA outside. I was working in Dubai, so I was there again, and then I finally moved back to India in 2022.
Are you an IIT kid?
No, I'm not an IIT kid. I wish the thing is, I was so scared that I might not do well in those exams. I didn't even give my the competitive exam that you need. Yeah.
It's funny, even if someone has studied abroad, because, Indian and Chinese people are everywhere because of the sheer numbers, you get to learn how fucking difficult it is to get into IIT, because all my Indian friends at the University of Waterloo in Canada were IIT rejects, and they were fucking geniuses, man. Anyway,
That's true.
That's another boundary. First boundary for
Yep.
KL Rahul of the evening, smashes Anukul Roy in the long on area. 1 bounce 4. So Delhi are slowly kind of getting into their groove. 21 for no loss and 2.1 overs. But that's fascinating that you've spent the bulk of your years in Dubai. I know a few, or I have a few friends who've had the same experience as well. They really enjoyed growing up in Dubai.
Oh yeah, I mean, I feel in a way it did open me up because not just because I got exposure to a lot of people outside India, like a lot of non-Indians, but India itself is such a big, vast country with so many different cultures. Like I see my cousins, they have absolutely no clue about what it means to be a North Indian or to be a Hindi-speaking person. Like each time I speak in Hindi, they're blown. They're completely blown. They're like, "How do you speak Hindi?" Like it's amazing. So yeah, fair.
Yeah. I mean, I suppose diaspora subcontinent folk always share that bit, right? Like they will get each other,
Yeah.
even if everyone else kind of doesn't.
That's true. That's true. That's true. It's a very different kind of bond, to be honest. It's how do I put it? It's I do kind of like that, but I can also see the pros and cons, of course, to those kind of relationships, for the lack of a better word. But it's interesting. I feel
Yeah.
it's an experience everyone deserves to have at some point in time.
I definitely feel that people from our part of the world need that exposure desperately so that they can open their minds and broaden their horizons. Because when you're caged in an environment where you don't get that exposure, your growth can't be the same. Even if you are the best student in your class, you won't have that edge.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Of course,
In fact,
another
go
pull.
on.
Yeah, another rock
Oh,
back and
lovely.
pull this time for
That's
six.
one all the way.
Patham Nisanka has smashed 3 pulls, 1 for 4 and 2 for 6 already. And Delhi are going well. I mean, considering that they're playing KKR and this is a 7th versus 8th, clash. So I suppose whoever loses this is more or less knocked out. Even if they're not mathematically knocked out, it's more or less over. But 28 for no loss after 3 overs. For me, I had the privilege that I had already traveled a lot prior to going to Canada for my higher education. But when I did go to Canada for my higher education, that's when you get to spend a lot of time from people all across the world, and Canada in particular, because it's an absolute melting pot. I'm sure Dubai is similar. So that really does help, man.
In fact, just yesterday or probably a couple of days ago, I came across this tweet that so a lot of nations were surveyed, and India apparently has the highest percentage of people who've never traveled outside the country. 97% Indians have never traveled outside India. And I saw someone speak about how, that's a big reason why, because so many Indians haven't traveled outside India, they don't know what to expect. They don't know what it means to lead a good standard of, a good quality of life. They don't know what that means, which means they don't know what to expect. And which means they can always, their expectations will never go up because they always feel, we're already living the best version of our lives, which indirectly trickles into politics, into culture, into everything. So I completely agree with you. Like there's no better way of actually improving yourself as a person and improving your perspective than just traveling, meeting strangers, meeting new people. It's something like nothing. I mean, it's nothing like anything or anything like nothing, whatever it is. Pardon my English.
Driven through the covers by Patham Nisanka. He's on a tear. And that'll be a 4. He is currently at 24 of 12. Strike rate of 200, Patham. First boundary that hasn't come off a pull shot. And
that's true, actually.
33 for no loss in 3.2 overs. For me, it was also an eye-opener because, I didn't realize how good I had it in Pakistan, like that level of privilege, until I went abroad, right? So it made me value home a bit more. And it's different for different people. Of course, those who have the classic immigrant story will always find it better abroad because, they don't have that sort of setup back at home. But it did, kind of really make me weigh the pros and cons of both societies and stuff like that. And, I just feel I have a lot more time over here, which you can probably relate to.
Oh, yeah. In fact, what you felt is what I felt when I finally moved back to India, because that's when, everything was taken care of. Like, it's something I almost keep cribbing about to my girlfriend as well. Like, for me, life has become very convenient in India because, once again, like you, it's a massive privilege to not have a lot of responsibilities, to be able to do what you love, to not think about a lot of things. And life just becomes very convenient that way. And it kind of does make me feel guilty. There's a bit of that imposter syndrome that sets in. What are we like what have we done to deserve this? Are we doing this? How do we now make use of this? So I completely relate to what you said.
This time it's KL Rahul who rocks back and pulls the ball for 4. So they're dealing in pull shots, Delhi, and they move to 38 for no loss in 3.5 overs. I think my stream is stuck. Are you on 1 or 2?
I'm on 1.
Okay.
What about you?
I figured it out now. I think it just started glitching for
Perfect.
me, but it's solved. So Narayan's first over goes for some runs, eh? 10 runs already, last ball to go. And that's not good news for Kolkata because they rely on him to end with figures of 1 for 23 every single time.
That's true. That's
So,
true.
single off the last ball, 39 for no loss after 4. Also, one other thing that I would say really helped me in my time away from Canada is that you are no one, right? Like, you also have not the same kind of financial privilege because of the conversion rate and everything. So, once I graduated, I started working from minimum wage, right? So, that made me kind of really good at money management because I would be like, okay, this is my salary. I'll exclude rent and all the fixed payments, and then I'll divide whatever is left by the number of days in the month. And now I know how much money I can spend per day. So it kind of really helped me in that regard. And then obviously, as I grew professionally and started to earn more money, that daily amount kept growing. And then you start saving, and then you start traveling and all of that stuff. So it kind of set me up really nicely. And then I didn't have to care about that once I moved back because, of course, I live with my
Of course.
family. Yeah.
About what you said. Another thing I'll add to that is, so when I also went for my postgrad outside, I again, because my experiences when I was younger was a lot more different than the average Indian because I stayed outside. When I went for my postgrad outside is when I actually also shared more time with or spent more time with Indians that way. Even in India, it was a bit difficult for me to mingle because of where I was coming from. So there was always that case of me being singled out or me not being looked at the same way because I wasn't so fluent back then with the regional languages, with Kannada or be it even to some extent in Hindi. So all of those things were not easy. When I actually went outside, there was one clear difference between Indians and non-Indians, and that was the way they looked at labor. Like dignity of labor as a concept, it was
Yeah.
so stark and so different. And when you're outside, minimum wages is a thing, and there's nothing wrong or there's nothing
Yeah.
right about it.
No.
It is what it is. You just have to lead a life. That's it.
Absolutely. Anyway, KL Rahul bludgeoned the ball on the offside for 4. And on the next ball, he's just picked up a single to short third. So Delhi 44 for no loss in 4.2 overs. I feel like it also humbles you in a way that when you go abroad, at least for me in Canada, the janitor is treated with the same respect as the CEO.
Yeah.
And that I felt is something that our part of the world really lacks. So, like with house help over here and stuff, I'll always try to make it a point to say thank you and stuff like that, right? Because now that's just ingrained in me.
Oh man, you know what happened? Just day before yesterday, Ashwin, Pratap, and we went out for lunch. So Ashwin told me this. He just stepped out. He got a call. So someone they had someone who was attending the doors. So they opened the door. So he was like, "Oh, I'm sorry," or something happened. He accidentally bumped them or something. He said sorry. The lady actually said, "What are you sorry for?"
Dude, I was in a press box. I was in a press box in Rawalpindi, I want to say, and I held the door open for a guy, and he came to me later and he was like, have you lived abroad? And I was like, yeah. And he's like, yeah, no one does that over here. And I'm like, but are you complaining? Are you saying thank you? Like, what's going on? But he was saying thank you in his own weird way.
Yeah,
it was his weird way to thank me. Anyway, we've got a super chat, and it's a fun one by S. Sharma, who says, who will drop catches for Delhi today in Karun Nayar's absence?
Oh man, I feel for
Pick
Delhi
one.
that way.
Pick someone.
If I had to, Mukesh Kumar probably has already dropped a couple, or he had a mishap while fielding the other day. So I'll pick Mukesh.
Yeah, that's fair. Is Stubbs playing?
Stubbs is.
I'll pick Stubbs.
Ooh,
Anyway,
that's okay. Interesting. Very interesting.
Yeah, I'm not saying he's a bad fielder. I just want to have a bit of fun.
Nah, I get that. I get that.
KL Rahul needs 31 runs to get a hold of that orange cap. And Heinrich Klaasen is currently leading that list. They really do need to update the orange cap, though. I feel like it shouldn't be top run scorer. That makes no sense in this day and age.
Yeah.
All T20 comps, honestly.
That's true. Especially with the way the format has evolved, it's high time that they come up with better ways of rewarding or awarding players. So I do get that. It's it's just that, yeah, man. Like, just the way boards and everyone function. I don't want to sound very pessimistic because it feels like the conversations we've had so far were being very pessimistic to our part of the world. But it is what it is. Like, there's so much inertia. They just want to change things. They just want to, "Arey, jo chal raha hai, chalne do na, bhai." Like, why change? It's working, right? So let it be.
Yeah, I suppose. Anyway, slapped past the mid-off fielder for 4 by KL, so he started to kind of get his mojo. Thing is that, it's not all like bad. I mean, there are a few things that I really like about our part of the world. Hospitality is next level, and everyone's ride or die. Like your family in particular is ride or die. They will do everything they can for you, right? Your people are your people. And that's up in the air. Will it be caught? Yes, it will be. First wicket down for Delhi. Karthik Tyagi has struck. Rahul will have to walk back for a 14 ball 23, and he's not getting that orange cap today.
Yeah.
Yeah, 49 for 1, Delhi now in 5 overs.
Much needed wicket.
So yeah, I mean, there is a comfort level that you feel, that no one's going to be stuck up, everyone's going to embrace you, and even if people aren't, or they don't have that sort of exposure, they're nice people generally.
I still, again, at the risk of being very pessimistic here, I hope people don't come at me in the comments. See, about the family thing, I feel it's a double-edged sword. I do agree with you. The concept of family and familial relationships are a lot more valued in the South Asian subcontinent, so I do get that.
Yeah.
But it also has its cons, right? Especially when you see how the kids are treated, and by that, I mean, like, for instance, marriage, the whole concept of parents figuring out your partner and all of that, like, it all stems
fuck
from
that.
so
I suppose I am speaking from a point of privilege again, where I live in a bubble, and I was able to tell my parents that I'm seeing someone, and I'll only tell you to meet the parents when I'm sure. Right? Like, not everyone gets that sort of privilege. And I suppose another thing is that I'm lucky that my family doesn't interfere. So I know that other people's families do. So yeah, there's that.
Exactly. So, like, had everyone, like, or if not everyone, had majority of, say, the Indian or Pakistani families thought the way, say, my folks did or your folks did, then fine. I agree. Familial relationships actually play a very big role, having such relationships. But I know that's not the case for most folks. I've seen my friends, I've seen my cousins. I don't need to go far beyond my family itself to see that that's not the case for the average person. So,
nearly fell on that occasion, Patham Nisanka. That ball was clipped over short fine. Nearly went into the hands of Varun Chakravarti at short fine, and it's a 4 instead. Patham's 30 of 17. Delhi are 53 for 1 and 5.1 overs. Let me check Stream 1, because Stream 1 disappeared. Is it back? It is back. You should do it too.
Yep.
Because it's
Let
faster.
me do that.
Yeah.
I'm on 2 and 1 second. Wait.
Yeah, move back to 1 because it's faster. And we've got a super chat by Preet, who says, thoughts on Sky's wrist injury and mostly Iyer captaincy, I'm assuming. Shreyas is a good captain. No issues over there. I was today years old when I found out about Sky's wrist injury. So let me collect my thoughts. I suppose if Hardik's not playing and Sky's injured, then Rohit captains?
I think this is more to do with India's captaincy.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's still all rumor and speculation, and that it's only Indian journals who've been reporting this. And I mean, I'm using the word reporting here very loosely because all they've done is post it on Twitter. So let's not call that reporting right now. But It is what it is. If Sky's injury is that serious, and let's be honest, his form has also dipped off late, and that is me being very polite because he's not been good with the bat. India won the World Cup despite him and not because of him. So that way, India will be wary of that. And Shreyas Iyer himself has done practically nothing wrong in terms of his captaincy, leadership, or even with whatever performances that he's come up with the bat. So that way, I do believe he is a more than decent contender for India to look at, to move on from Sky. And right time, right? You've ended the World Cup, beginning of a new cycle that way. So yeah.
The thing is, he's left it. Nitish Rana leaves his first delivery. Interesting. Thing is that Sky first needs to start featuring regularly in the T20I side, and then I feel like maybe leadership can come into question. But or did I say Sky? I meant Shreyas Iyer.
Iyer, yeah.
Thing with Sky is that, look, we can all say he's past his prime, and you said they've won the World Cup despite his form. I agree to a certain extent, but there was the USA knock. I think it was the USA knock, which was
Yeah, it
quite
was the
handy
USA
by
knock.
him. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know that on his day he can still like wreak havoc, but India have got so many options, and that goes against Sky over here. So just the knowledge that this guy can do something is not good anymore or good enough anymore, and perhaps that's why I suppose his T20I career may be heading towards its end. Maybe that's it.
That's one. And to be honest, yeah, if someone wants to make a case, even the US, weren't there like a couple of drop chances, missed opportunities? Look, people who want to make a case can make a case, and I can see why they can make a case. And people who feel that, Sky should probably be held on. There is an argument to be made for both sides, but I still am leaning towards the side of bringing in someone new because I don't think you'll find a better time. You'd much rather go past Sky right now.
That a wicket?
swung
No,
past
that
Sky.
just swung really late, man. And 2 dots in a row, or 3 dots in a row now. Nitish Rana is struggling out there, and Delhi are now 54 for 1 in 5.5 overs. So all of a sudden, this power play is kind of not gone as well.
I mean, it started off actually very well until Rahul's wicket. I was actually going to say that DC, you could see a very conscious effort from both Nissanka and Rahul to go after bowlers because DC, by the way, for what it's worth, DC's openers have been the slowest batting unit in the power play this season. They've been going at 8.3 runs per over, which is well below anyone. The average is over 10 for the season, and they're going at 8.3. So good to see that change. But the last over has really
Is that a drop?
Effort. Yeah,
Or has he just saved a boundary? We'll have to see the replays, but it was an aerial cut by Nitish Rana, and can't say right now whether that was a dropped opportunity or not. But we'll never know. The ads are here.
Dropped by Rob's standards, but I would still give it a go. I'll give it a pass.
You know what happened the other day? The other day, I can't remember which game it was, but there was an edge. It went over the first slip fielder, and Rob said that was not a catching opportunity. And I was fucking shocked. I was like, do we have the correct Rob? Is this someone else in a Rob costume? Like, what is happening? But, I'll give it to the guy. Even though there are moments where, the ball brushes a fingernail and he says that's a drop, he got it right that day. And this was also not a dropped catch as per unknown nobody who says that was short. So I'll trust you, unknown nobody.
Yeah, fair. Even in real time, to be honest, it didn't seem like a catching opportunity. It was a great effort, though, whoever it was. I'm not sure actually who it was. It was Manish Pandey probably because it was long hair. So it could be Manish. He's the only one who could have pulled it off, to be honest. So fair.
Anyway, Delhi have managed 55 for 1 in the power play, which I feel is a bit under par over here. And now Varun is here to bowl, who initially, or since the T20 World Cup till the start of the IPL, or even halfway through the IPL, was not looking good at all, completely out of sorts. He has kind of turned page since then. So, yeah, let's see. Let's see. We have in store.
By the way, I think I saw my school's name mentioned here. Oh yeah, I was actually thinking, was I was I seeing things or not? Yeah, someone mentioned my school name. Am I from that school? Yeah, I am from that school. Whoever's mentioned.
What school?
It's called the Indian High School. Vartika has mentioned that. Vartika asked me, am I from Indian High School? I'm from Indian High School. So if you are,
nice one.
High five. That's all I'll say.
Where'd you go for your MBA?
So this was like an exchange program. There's a university in India called SP Jain. So they have this global program where we do a term in Singapore, we do a term in Sydney, and then a term in Dubai. So that was, in Sydney, I was working with Sydney Thunder for what it's worth.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Well then.
I was so proud of it. I was living right next to the showground. So watched a bunch of matches for free, met the players. It was great fun. My thesis was...
Who was on the team back then?
Chris Morris and James Wins, of course. He was there like a legend. Not James Wins, sorry, Alex Hales. James Wins was Sixers legend and Alex Hales was with the Thunder. And it was great fun. It was great fun.
Nice. That's a good fun backstory.
I came in a month later. Nidadhar was a part of the WBBL Sydney Thunder side, and I missed all of them. I so badly wanted to be there for the WBBL. I missed all of them.
Yeah. By the way, for those of you who don't know, Akshay runs his own Instagram and YouTube channel on women's cricket, so go give him a follow. And
Please do, yes.
One Varun is bowling, the other Varun is in the comments. He says, I think India either win 2027 or fail spectacularly. No in between. Depends on the fitness of some stars, I suppose, because there are a few of those players who are really crucial. I feel like Bumrah, of course, that name is, someone, everyone will take Bumrah's name. But Hardik is essential to India's balance, I feel. Without him in white ball cricket, I don't know, they can't go 8-3, for instance. So that could be an issue. And Akshar is another one, I feel, who's very, very crucial. Because those guys are
I feel since it's the
complete all-rounders, right? Late cut for 4 by Pathum Nissanka, so a good over by Varun, slightly ruined towards the end, and Delhi moved to 62 for 1 at the end of 7 overs. So yeah, if not Akshar, then, well, back in the day it used to be Jadeja, but you need like 2 of those all-rounders who are 4 players in 2, right? Like 2 players in 1 each. And I feel like that really allows India to bat deep and they don't lose much with the bowling. Did I lose you? Where'd you go?
Is it me or is Bairam stuck for me?
I am here.
Hello?
I don't know.
All right. You can
People
hear me?
will- Yeah, I can hear you. You were never stuck for me.
Oh, perfect. All right, perfect. I
Look who
was
has,
just going to say, in
something
fact,
the
to what you
private
said.
chat. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. I just saw that. Perfect. We're both fine. To what you said, since it's the ODI format we're talking about, I still feel India probably not going to be just as dependent on the all-rounders. Like, had it been the T20 World Cup, I completely am with you with whatever you said. With
No,
this,
I'm not saying they're
pretty
dependent.
sure
I'm
India-
saying that their balance kind of goes awry without them. But India could win the ODI World Cup with a 7-4 combination as well. So it's not like the end of the world.
Yeah, no. And if you are able to, sort of ensure that Virat and Rohit are still able to contribute the way, say, they did in the 23 World Cup, I see no reason. And you've got enough options. Like during the 2023 World Cup, unfortunately, Shardul Thakur was the only all-round backup we had for Pandya. Now, someone like Nitish Kumar Reddy has already risen up the ranks, so he's someone to watch out for. There are a couple more names who are rising up, whom we might see in the next couple of years too. So that way, there are names coming up. So hopefully, you might see new players coming in. But I do agree. It's right now we're too far ahead to be able to, make a prediction or say something, that India will go this way or the other.
For all we know, Harshit Rana might be the number 8, right? Maybe his game elevates to a point where India feel comfortable doing that. And all right, then, that's an aerial flick and a half for 6 by Pathum Nissanka.
6.
He's looked so good today, man. So good. And that maximum takes Delhi to...
pounds, man.
Yeah. I mean, look, he's had his starts. He's had a decent IPL. I wouldn't say he's lit the world on fire, but there have been a few innings in which he's really turned it up. And I'm a big fan of the guy. I love watching him bat. And I actually quite rate him in Test cricket as well. But that maximum takes Delhi to 69 for 1 and 7.2 overs. And we have another super chat, this time once again from Preet, who says, mainly wanted to know thoughts on Times of India's story about Sky hiding his injury since almost 2 years because he wanted to captain in a T20 World Cup. Like, I've got no clue. Maybe Akshay can fill you in.
I mean, what do I say? It is a story. It's very bizarre, but I've come to believe that when I hear very bizarre things about the Indian cricket, my default is to believe them. Because I've heard so many bizarre stories and everything has turned out to be true in the last year or so. I'm like, you know what? If you're saying this and if this is not making any sense to me, it's probably true. So those are my thoughts.
Well, I hope that answers your question, Preet. And a lot of you are asking me for my thoughts on the Pakistan-Bangladesh test day 1. I feel like Shan misjudged the pitch. They saw a tinge of green and they elected to field first. And he has given himself room, Nitish Rana, and just carted the ball up and over point for 4. Good shot. And Delhi now 74 for 1 and 7.4 overs. So yeah, I feel like Pakistan or Shan Masood and the management saw, a green pitch and they were like, okay, let's bowl first after winning the toss. And that has backfired because so often is the case, right? That we see in Test cricket, pitch looks green, isn't. And I also thought that Bangladesh might dish out some spicy decks because they've got a really exciting fast bowling contingent. But the thing that happened was that after like 15 overs, I want to say, where there was some new ball purchase, it just became completely flat. And Pakistan lack an enforcer. So for instance, Bangladesh have Nahid Rana and Ibadat, or Ebadot, as I like to call him. They can crank it up, they can hit the hard lengths, they can be those enforcer sort of bowlers. And Pakistan don't have that guy. Like Hassan Ali is skiddy and he can potentially, get you out LBW by nipping one back in. And maybe he can reverse it as well, but he's just not that guy. And I can only think of Shah Nawaz Dahani as one of those guys in the domestic circuit who could potentially even fulfill that role for Pakistan. So that's an issue. And then, I thought Abbas was really good, although people haven't liked his performance. That's a wicket, isn't it? Yup. Nitish Rana had a weird stay at the crease. It was quite painful to watch at times. Couple of good shots, and that was about it.
A very typical Nitish Rana innings. That's all I'm going to say. He's been a bit scratchy to start off with through and through, but he's always managed to find a way to come good eventually. But yeah, not to be the case today. Cameron Green gets his wicket, and yeah, a much needed breakthrough for Kolkata Knight Riders as well. They would want to ensure that they don't let any partnership thrive over here.
Yeah, Sunil Narayan had zero issues. Yeah. But yeah, it was an easy catch for Sunil Narayan at short third. Yeah. Gloved it straight to him, Nitish Rana, and he's departing for a 10-ball 8. So that's a net negative innings, and Delhi are now 2 down for 74 in 8 overs. So coming back to the test match, Pakistan lacked that kind of cricketer. So maybe even on this flatty, Nahid Rana and Ebadot can, get Pakistan's batters out in the second innings. And what do we know what the wear and tear will be like? Right now it looks extremely flat, but maybe come day 4, it starts to deteriorate. The surface, and maybe batting last becomes a challenge. I think Bangladesh have done extremely well to be 301 for 4. And shout out to my man, Najmul Hussain Shanto, one of the most improved cricketers, right? He scored 101 off 130 balls. So it was a very brisk innings. His 9th ton in Test cricket. He was very authoritative, lovely to watch, took Pakistan's bowlers on, dominated them. And on the other end, he had Mominul, who had a gritty 200 ball 91. So it was a great partnership in the sense that both of them complemented each other really well. And it was really intelligent cricket. And I feel like Bangladesh right now, 4 down for 301, they need to score 500. And they can score 500 because Mushfiqur Rahim is out there, Litton's there, Mehdi's around. Let's see.
Mehdi's there, man.
Yeah, Mehdi's really good. And Pakistan have 7 lefties, left-handed batters in this lineup because Babar's injured, right? He injured his knee. And Shahan is batting at 4. And they're 2 debutants who are both left-handed batters. So 7 lefties versus Mehdi sounds like something the right arm off he could exploit. Let's see. It's too early.
I'm trying to think of the guy's name, yaar. He played the Bangladesh ODI series that happened. He was the one guy that actually was excited to, in general, to watch, like when it comes to Pakistan. The left-hand opener, I want to say
Tanzid. No. Pakistani opener. Yeah, Mas Sadaqat's the guy. He's intent-pilled. Varun loves him. He's riding the Mas Sadaqat wave. And
is he lovely?
Thing, yeah. Oh, that is out. It should be. It hit the bat leg. It came in sharply.
Oh, yeah, that's gone.
Surely.
I think it's high.
Surely you review that, though. Like, you've got to review that.
Worth a review, but I think it's high.
Samir Rizvi either does really well or goes out on 0. So this is the time to review him.
Getting out on 0 off late.
Yeah. So, he had a couple of really good knocks to start this IPL season. And then the previous game, he had this finisher role in which he had a quick fire 40 or something. So, yeah. They haven't reviewed it. I'd love to see the replays on this.
I think it was a tad bit high. And also because he's taken such a massive stride forward. Bat? Oh, okay. Ooh. Okay.
That's another good
one. You reacted to the next ball. Okay, got it.
Yeah, you need to go back to stream 1, man.
I did. It's just that stream 1's buffering a lot for me, so I decided to come back to stream 2. It's just easier.
Okay, then I'm your spoiler in that case.
Yeah, that's all right.
Or I'll wait. Right. I'll wait a couple of seconds for you.
Did Mas feature? I mean, who did he feature for in the PSL?
Peshawar. No, sorry. He was a Peshawar Zalmi player. This time he was for Hyderabad, so he did play the final. Failed in the final, but look, he averaged 23 with the bat, struck it around, I want to say 183, something like that, right?
That's all I wanted. Lovely.
Yeah.
Good.
But the thing with him is, he's not a big mover of his feet, but what he does is another thing which so many successful power hitters do these days. He sets a strong base and then he launches, right? So he has technical deficiencies. It's not like he's complete, but Pakistan desperately need one of those guys.
I know. Yeah.
Good over by Varun Chakravarti. He's looked good today.
In fact, in one of the games, the way it's clear that he wants to hit every ball out of the park. And Nahid Rana really gave him a proper short ball that was targeted at his badge. And he couldn't do much about it. So I can get that. I can get that he can be targeted, but that's the kind of an X-factor player that Pakistan clearly are in need of, at least according to me, from what little I've seen of their side. They really need someone like that.
They desperately need someone
And
like
doesn't
that.
do
And
too badly with the ball. Didn't he do?
yeah.
Didn't
He's
he get
a
a lot
very
of wickets in one of
decent.
the games?
Yeah, he's a decent slow left armour. He did exceptionally well in that Rising Asia Cup, like Rising Stars Asia Cup, which Pakistan won, and he was kind of like, I think he was the player of the tournament. So he can field, does drop the odd catch, but he's a live wire. Then he can give you some overs of, left arm off spin. And also, like, he's a complete maniac with the bat. There's a lot of room for growth, but he's only, 20, 21, something like that. So I like him.
That's a good sign.
Yeah. Anyway, good over by Chakravarti. Delhi now 77 for 2 in 9 overs. So they're kind of behind the 8 ball despite Pathum batting really well at one end. What are you eating, man? You've been eating it for 9 overs now.
Some watermelon, some guava, a lot of fruits.
You're a fruit guy. I'm not a fruit guy. I'm a vegetable guy.
I'm a fruit and vegetable guy. I'm an all food kind of guy. Meat, fruits, vegetables, anything. It's just that the timings of the games are in such a way. I go for my workout at 7:00, so I come back, take a shower, I come out. I just need something, and I can't eat my dinner. So I'm like, fruits is the only thing I can snack on. So I just snack on fruits.
Well, I only like one fruit in particular. I mean, I can have apples and bananas and pears. Like, I don't mind those things. Mango is the king. So that's the one fruit I love. But even with vegetables, although I like my veggies, I can't eat veggies the way brown people cook them. They get soggy. I like my veggies crunchy, right? So I love a salad. And what I usually what I usually do when I'm like trying to cut down my weight is that I will get like lean meat and I'll pair it up with like sauteed veggies, right? So they'll remain slightly crunchy. And that is the holy grail for losing weight.
Fair enough. That's a good mix. I would imagine India, across India, all of our diets have a lot more vegetables than, say, Pakistan, because Pakistan has a lot more meat that way. And so it is a part of our diet. So you have no option but to eat those mushy. What's happening here? Apologies for this. Yeah. So a lot of, I don't know if you've tried something called the Bengan ka bhatta. Have you heard of it?
I have tried it. I'm just not a big aubergine guy, man. Like, it's okay.
Oh,
it's
sad.
Fine.
Have you tried aubergine on your pizza?
Yeah, that's okay. But I love Karele. It's a tough name in English. Bittergood or something like that. It's weird. I actually like them.
Insert meme here. Friendship ended with Bairam. That's it. My new friend is whoever find the next guy.
You can pair Karele up with like onions. You can pair them up with minced meat. I think it's a fantastic vegetable, and that's one vegetable that I like.
Kya baat karo, Bairam bhai?
Have you ever had the Karela which is stuffed with minced meat? That shit's insane.
I've never heard Karela and meat being used in the same sentence. And the only way it should be allowed to be in the same sentence if there's a not in between.
You are missing out, I'm telling you. Especially if you do eat meat. Especially if you do eat meat, you are missing out. But yeah, another one of my favorite veggies is green beans. Love green beans.
Oh, I'm neutral about green beans. Gobi is my favorite, absolute favorite.
I'm just okay.
I'm a big fan of the entire leafy vegetable family. So cabbage, cauliflowers, broccoli, your spinach, lettuce, all of those.
Amazing.
I'm a huge fan. Yeah.
Spinach is bloody brilliant because I love it whatever way it's cooked. It could be desi food, it could be non-desi food. I'll always be game for spinach. I'm Popeye that way. Varun has a fun chat over here who says, Bairam and I won't be able to have lunch together if we have to eat the same thing. These are insane takes. Varun, I thought we both settled for halloumi. We can have halloumi. Yeah.
But how... Is there any such thing as too much halloumi? Because at a point in time, I was consuming halloumi left, right, and center, like a lot.
I haven't done that, right? I've only had it sparingly. It's big in England. So whenever I go to England, I consume a lot of halloumi. Over here, like, it's kind of expensive, man. So there are other kinds of cheeses which don't... Like, for instance, I love cottage cheese. So that's a cheaper alternative.
Paneer though, I have paneer every day for dinner because of its like paneer is cottage cheese or our version of cottage cheese.
Yep.
And
we call it that as well.
I was telling it for the audience, not for you. Of course, I would trust you to know paneer. And the thing is, because I've been on this very strict diet, I've been actively trying to gain muscle, and which means more protein. And paneer, like regular paneer, has a lot of fat. along with the
Oh,
protein.
that's
Oh!
a wicket. Samir Rizvi
that's a-
has fallen.
Oh, that's okay.
Yes. Rovman completes the catch. Samir was trying to slog sweep the ball into the stands, but he's found Rovman Powell at deep mid wicket, and Sunil Narayan has his man. Delhi now 3 down for 80 in 9.5 overs, so it's kind of gone south for them in this batting innings, but I guess the upside is that Patham's still out there, and he's looking good. But yeah, Samir Rizvi needs to up his game a bit. They've tried him in a few different roles, and it's not working out for him. Varun, even if you didn't say that about halloumi, then we'll settle for paneer or something, man. I don't know. Cottage cheese it is.
But I mean, just like Kushagra Tiwari has asked, I also have to ask, Bhai, apna Varun hai kya? You're saying Varun.
Oh, yeah. Our Varun.
Oh.
And he's saying that halloumi is white people paneer negative. I thought halloumi was Lebanese, bro. Right?
Yeah.
Like,
Exactly.
I love halloumi. I honestly love all kinds of cheese. You could throw anything at me and I'd love cheese. And
I've been.
I don't know
Have
if
you
you
been to any of these French, cheese factories or something where it
Nah,
stinks?
man.
It stinks.
Really? It's
But
one
it's
of my
beautiful.
dreams to become sophisticated enough one day to go on one of those wine and cheese tours, right? Like,
Oh.
if only they did beer and cheese tours, that would be like my Disneyland.
Yours
But they don't do
truly
that.
did a wine store and successfully got drunk. Had so much wine and very little cheese. The guys had to literally say, "Hey, boss, please, this is a wine tasting session. You're not supposed to chug down like a wine." So,
Okay, Varun, sorry for the confusion. We will have halloumi then.
right.
And
No, but
yeah,
sorry, one last thing about cheeses. Since you mentioned you like cheeses, so there's also a low-fat paneer. There's a variant which is very little fat and it's only protein. So that's what's supposed to be consumed for those who are gaining muscle. I've been having that every day. It's bad. It's bad. It's
Bro,
like fat
what-
is the essence of paneer, and that's been taken off.
What we do is that the cottage cheese that comes, or is sold in the stores is around 780 Pakistani rupees, right? We make our own at home and it's 250 Pakistani rupees, so it's, 1/3 the amount. And
Wow.
it doesn't really make sense to go and buy it in the store anymore, right? Like, if it's costing that less. Anyway, uses his feet, Pathum,
Troy,
and
What a
crunches
throw.
that ball
50.
through the covers for 4. 29 ball 50 for the Sri Lankan opener. It's been a solid knock. It's been the only knock thus far for Delhi. And yeah, they were 80 for 3 in 10 overs and now 84 for 3 in 10.1.
Yep. Well done. Well done. But
Yeah, so-
for you, I don't think you need to worry too much about paneer, right? You at least have got your meat to rely on. For a lot of Indians, that's not the case.
Thing is that when I have my salad, it only becomes tasty for me if I have paneer and croutons. Oh, gone! Pathum falls very next ball. Tried to use his feet again,
stop.
and very intelligent bowling by Anukul Roy. He just kind of bowled it a bit wider, and then the keeper completed the stumping. So Delhi kind of in free fall now. They've got the finishing anchors, which Varun absolutely loves, who will come out to bat now. And 4 down for 84 in 10.2 overs. Things have completely fallen off the rails for Delhi. So yeah, one of my meals is a salad with croutons, a bit of chicken, and lots of paneer, right? And my other meal is the one I mentioned earlier, like lean meat with some sauteed veggies, and I spice them up a bit because I'm a spicy tooth, man. I love spicy food. In fact, if the food isn't spicy enough, I don't like it.
Oh, well, I do like my spicy food, but I'm fine about it. It's not something. It's not a must-have. It's a good to have kind of thing for me. But interesting, you mentioned that you like paneer and croutons in your salad. So it's like a Caesar salad with the cheese being replaced with paneer. Is that sort of your vibe?
Basically, no parmesan, but paneer instead. Try it, guys. Iceberg lettuce is important, of course. And
But-
yeah, you're sorted.
Salads with that feta cheese is like, it's beautiful.
But
It's
wo-
perfect.
It's expensive then, right? Like, we're trying to cut the costs over here as well.
I'm just talking.
Yeah.
It isn't expensive to dream. That's all I can
Yeah.
say.
The other day, I think I was on with Rob, and I said that if I was a Powerpuff Girl, my ingredients would be meat, cheese, and beer. And I want to update that statement because it needs to have a lot of like spice on top of it too. That's the last ingredient.
Oh,
Yeah.
fair.
Not a big sweet
Also,
tooth. I
one
couldn't
thing,
care
Bhaira-
less about dessert.
Oh my God, Bairam again. Why friendship ends with Bairam once again? Oh my God.
Yeah. So
Insert new meme here. Man loses last bit of hope he did not know he had. Kya baat karo? How can you not like speeds?
man really knows
Fake
his
brown
memes.
person.
I'm not saying I hate them. I'm saying I could live without them. So every night these days, Aliza, my wife, and my mom are having kulfis in front of me, and I'm like, I mean, it doesn't bother me as much, but I'm on a diet right now, so why are you having kulfis in front of me
fair.
every night? Yeah. But
I
kulfis
can
are goated.
hard relate to that.
Yeah. So 30 ball, 50 for Pathum.
One second, sorry. Someone at SRT200-Y6E, I don't know what your username is. He's mentioned, or he or she has mentioned, I'm unable to find Akshay's YouTube channel. Can someone give me the channel name? It's called Women's Cricket Central, guys. Anyone and everyone who's interested in women's cricket, please do check that out. It's on YouTube, Instagram. I also write on Substack videos and articles out every Monday and Thursday at 8 p.m. So please do give that a check. Women's Cricket Central, that's the name. Sorry, Bairam, you were saying.
Go follow it, guys. White ball in the game, 86 for 4, Delhi in 10.1 overs. And to think that Pathum Nissanka batted for roughly half those overs and scored 50 runs, right? 50 of 30. So no one else has really turned up. And that's been the issue for Delhi this game, at least. What were we talking about before food? Oh, we were getting super... forget that conversation. Contemplating life, talking about experiences, living in different places.
That's true. But an incident to combine both. So last year I was in England for 3 months nearly. So the women's team was there, the men's team was there. So I was covering a bit. My sisters were there. I was just chilling. I was in Birmingham, which of course is the hub for South Asians in England. And I'd been to this Pakistani restaurant that I'd been recommended very highly. And for what it's worth, I don't know a bit about Pakistani food because Dubai mein bahut khaya hai, Karachi mein.
Is it Akbar's?
Yeah, it is Akbar's.
Yeah, I've been to
Except
Akbar's.
I was reading this book called The Cricket Odyssey with Rahul Dravid on the front page. That was the cover, prominently visible. And I go there, I'm nicely ordering. Initially, it was fine because I'm speaking in Hindi. Hindi, Urdu, to theek hi chalta hai. Most of it is similar, especially if you're ordering. You don't find the difference.
90% of it is similar.
Exactly.
If you speak like a normal person, right?
Yeah, exactly.
If you don't speak like a normal person, they're very different languages.
And one advantage I have is because I learned how to read and write Arabic in Dubai. Urdu is also somehow you can manage. You can you can read a lot of the things. And if it's written big enough, I think I can make it. I can read it. So I'm there. Everything's fine. Then I take my book out. I actually got a very ugly stare from one of the guys there. This guy's really going to read this book.
Oh, bowl him.
But oh my word. Why is my screen stuck?
All right then.
At the worst possible times always.
Tristan Stubbs, the finishing anchor, has been cleaned up on this occasion. Anukul Roy with another wicket.
I think Varun might say that this has been his most net positive knock this tournament.
Well, it's 2 of 4, isn't it? So I don't know if he'll say that. Yeah. Also, Rob didn't see it, but I think Tristan Stubbs is a carbon copy of Hugo Weaving. And Ryan Rickleton looks completely like Woody Harrelson to me. Maybe not as much as Stubbs looks like Weaving. If anyone's watched the Borderline series, go look at Hugo Weaving playing Douglas Jardine and you'll be like, that's Tristan Stubbs. That's not Douglas Jardine. He's thinking. The man is thinking. You're muted. Yeah.
Sorry, I was saying Rickleton for Harrelson is a very interesting shout.
All right, I'll leave you with that thought. 5 down for 89 Delhi in 10.5 overs. They've lost half their side before even getting to their team 100. And it seems like it's going to be Kolkata's night at the Kotla. However, there's still 3/4 of this game left. I wouldn't mind an early day off, right? Like it's fine with me. It's Friday night. Not complaining.
I can only imagine how did you do yesterday's watch-along, man. I was tired watching the game.
Oh my God. Rain breaks and then they didn't even reduce many overs and then it was a 5-hour stream and then there was a half an hour review show after that. It was a long day.
Yeah.
All right then. Smashu Tosh is in, so no David Miller playing today. That means just one finishing anchor for Delhi. And they're 89 for 5 in 11 overs. Negative Spectrum does not see Woody and Ryan Rickleton, so I mean, I suppose it's subjective.
Did you see the latest what was that? Now You See Me, Now You Don't. Is that what they've called it?
Oh, they have a new one? I haven't seen it.
Yeah. It's come out. I don't know if Woody is a part of the latest one because they've gone for a completely different cast. I think Jesse Eisenberg is still there, but none of the others. Oh no, Harrelson's also there. All of them are there, actually. All of them are there. It was the trailer was interesting. I want to watch it. It's now out on Prime.
Right, then I did not know. I do have Prime, so once it comes on to that platform, I'll probably watch it. Rat is asking, Behram, have you watched much of the test? I have watched much of the test. I did speak about it earlier, so I don't want to repeat myself, but let's just say the amount of no balls that my man Noman Ali bowled, like that was very annoying. Anyway, good delivery by Narayan. Completely beats Akshar on that occasion. And Tim Southey is currently on camera. Is probably they're talking to him about KKR's bowling, I'm assuming. 89 for 5, Delhi in 11.1 overs.
I love how Karanveer has dissed you and then gone on to say no hard feelings.
Oh, Karanveer joins all of my streams, man, on all of my channels, so I'm fine with whatever he says. he can go off on me. I wouldn't give a fuck. We've got a super chat by Shreyas 1829. Off topic. Has the situation like current Real Madrid ever happened in cricket? Keep up the great work, guys. Always great fun. Thank you. And Shoaib Akhtar hit Mohammad Asif with a bat. Right? That's happened. So that's the one that I can think of. But Chouameni, is it? He blasted open Fede Valverde's head, wasn't it? That's the situation at Real Madrid.
Yeah.
So maybe
thanks for updating me on that. I did not know that it happened.
I don't think it might have gotten that bad, but Jared is the right guy to answer this question. I can think of the Akhtar Asif incident, though. He hit him with a bat, Shoaib Akhtar, and that's a very Shoaib Akhtar thing to do. But given how Mohammad Asif's career has unfolded, maybe I'm willing to give some benefit of the doubt to Shebi over here.
Oh boy.
Anyway.
Wait, Behram, where are you based in Pakistan?
I'm in Islamabad, capital city.
Capital, lovely.
All right, Karanveer is saying that I jinx teams, and when I back them, we all know this, bro. I mean, I didn't jinx the top teams, bro. I've only done RCB games, LSG games, and this is my first non-RCB, non-LSG game. Right? Like, so I even made RCB bowl the opposition team out for 75. So there was that. Yeah, whoever asked about Chelsea, free fall. The club is in free fall. It's dying. And I'll tell you a fun story. I actually went to the bridge to watch Chelsea versus Milan in the Champions League in 2022. It was the Graham Potter era, and they won Chelsea that game 3-0. And ever since, they've just been shit. So you could say that I jinxed Chelsea.
Wait, who do you support?
I support Chelsea. I'll show you Drogba on my wall. There you go. There's good old Didier.
Lovely. Okay.
Yeah. In fact, I'll tell you all of those things, right? There's Pink Floyd up top. There's Blue Moon, which is my favorite beer. There's another little tin poster which says cheers in every language. The woman next to the cheers one is, well, it says misbehaving. And then we've got good old Marilyn Monroe. And then we've got Walter White behind me. All of my studio is full of these things. I can't show you guys everything, but it's a fun studio.
That's nice. Very nice. As you guys can see, I have a plain white wall behind me, but absolutely nothing to show for.
I remember Estelle once had a guitar behind her, and I was like, "Oh, Estelle, you play the guitar?" She's like, "No." Like, okay.
No, Estelle's very measured with her words, like very clear.
Estelle's killing it in the Wisdom podcast these days, so you guys should go check that out as well. Yep. She had a fair few things to tell us about Ishan Malinga. Is that a wicket down the leg side? Well, the umpire has signaled a wide. I think they might review this because Raghuvanshi is very confident.
Yeah, it's got something. That's what Raghuvanshi is saying. It's got something.
It's been reviewed. And if this is the end of Smashutosh, then I am going to riot.
All right, there you've heard it already, folks. Let's see if Behram actually
I love the guy. I love watching him bat. I was pissed at Delhi for not playing him every game. I was pissed at Punjab for not retaining him. And yeah, I want to see some fireworks from Smashutosh. So, SRT, Bhargav, bootleggers exist. What else do we have? Yeah, see, Adi feels me. He's like, if Ashutosh is out, I'm leaving. I'm with you. But I don't think he's out. I think that brushed his trouser.
Got the thigh pad.
Yeah, thigh pad or trouser.
Yeah.
And there is no spike. Beautiful.
But the wide should be overturned now. They've gone for the wicket. Okay, fair.
Yeah, the wide will be overturned. So do they retain the review in that case?
I don't think they'll now check the wide now. Now they've only checked it for the dismissal. So yeah, exactly. Once there's no bat, they don't bother checking if it's clipped the pad or not. They only check the dismissal. So yeah.
No, it's a dot. It's a dot.
Oh, they've
No
overturned?
wide. Yeah, so I suppose in that case you do retain the review then.
Yeah, you do. Oh, interesting. Okay.
I like that. Anyway, is Anukul finishing up? He's bowled quite well today. And Smashutosh has none of 4. So, I mean, Delhi probably want to just see out a few overs before they start hitting again, I assume. This game is going to be another 155 score. I'm telling you now. We've seen like 10 times throughout the season. 155. There's been a super over at 155. It's been crazy.
Yeah, but we deserve another proper low-scoring thriller. Not that El Capico we saw between Kolkata and Lucknow, but something better where it's actually the bowlers coming to the party.
I'll tell you what I deserve. I deserve an early finish so that I can have dinner early. Okay?
Oh, fair.
That's what I'm gunning for over here. This is a no context game, man. Like, if it was a high context game, I'd be like, okay, let's have a thriller. But who the fuck cares about this game? Apart from Delhi and KKR fans, I don't mean to patronize you at all.
Remember them very early there, Ram. Wow.
Yeah. Karanbir Singh, we don't do daily reviews at Pro Sports. You'll get the review of the test match at the end. Maybe I'll convince Saad to do a watch along at some point. Last session, day 2, perhaps. Let's see. I'll talk to him. Okay. Yeah, yesterday's game was really good, Unknown Nobody, but it wasn't a no context game. LSG might be done and dusted, but RCB need to finish top 2. So I thought that was very exciting. This, I mean, now that I'm about to say this, it'll probably not happen and one of these teams will qualify. But I can say with a lot of confidence that both of these teams aren't qualifying for the playoffs.
Fair enough.
I don't see it happening. If anything, one team that might sneak through could be Gujarat.
Yeah, Gujarat still stand a decent chance. RCB, SRA, Charat, Punjab, Gujarat, and to some extent even Chennai. These are the 6 teams truly fighting. Delhi with a very outside chance.
Even Gujarat with a slightly outside chance for me because after that top 3 of Sai, Gill and Butler, it's just, they go bust.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Oh, I've seen this lady somewhere.
Which lady? Who are you?
What
are you watching?
They showed a lady right now. I think she's a content creator. I think I've seen she creates content on cricket. I've seen her.
All right.
I'm forgetting her name.
Well, bit of a snooze fest in the game. Varun Chakravarti is back and Delhi are 94 for 5 in 13 overs. What did Anukul end up with? I think he did fantastically well after having a poor start. He came back really strongly and finished with 2 for 31. So not bad. He rarely ever bowls out.
That's true. I think they figured that this is a very slow surface, so might as well just keep giving our spinners more overs.
Yeah, it has been that way. It's looked a touch slow, and only Pathum kind of figured out the pace of the wicket, I suppose. Although, despite that, bare minimum you'd want like 170, 175. I reckon. Like anything lower than that is just... Oh, well, it's Kolkata. You can never truly say with this team.
I'd be very surprised if they go to 175 from here. I hope they do, but I'd be surprised.
Yeah. So after Pathum and KL, one of those guys scored a half century of like 29 or 30 balls, and then KL was 23 or 14. It's basically a phone number for Delhi. 83243. And that needs to change right about now because once one of these guys is out, then KKR enter the tail. And once they're into the tail, then it's either Mitch Stark does something or they just bowl out. The
Feel
spinners
for
have
Delhi.
been
Feel for Delhi.
mighty effective today for KKR. Anukul 2 for 31 in 4 overs. You're looking at Sunil Narayan 1 for 15 in his 3 overs. And then Varun Chakravarti is not going for runs at all, even though he's wicketless. So, fun times. They don't even need to bowl Cam Green again, honestly. Like,
Yeah.
should be.
Because if these two are there till the end, these two will really go after paces. Ashutosh loves going after
Yeah,
pace. So
he does. Although Akshay loves going after spin, and he's 4 of 11. So there's that.
that's true. Somewhere I get it that they don't want to go after anyone right now because they've already lost 5 wickets. So they probably want to take the game till the 15th or 16th over and probably try and attack from there. But I mean, a lot of people have been talking about Varun Chakravarti limping, and I just see that the cameras have also been focusing a lot on his knees and calves. And I'm not sure what's happened there. We unfortunately aren't privy to the conversations that are happening on
Yeah.
comms.
Even if
Oh,
he's
yeah, he's limping
limping,
for sure.
he's gone for like 12 runs in 3 overs. So I suppose they can instantly sub him out once he's done with his quota.
Oh yeah, he's just got what 8
Yeah.
balls remaining. So yeah,
Yeah.
try and do that.
How far behind are you, bro? He's got an over.
Oh
remaining.
my
It's
bad.
over. Yeah. No, you
Yeah,
were
it's
thinking
over.
back to the old days of ODI cricket where people bowled 8-ball overs. That's what happened with Akshay.
I just realized that I've been watching a lot on the online streaming thing and not the link that's been shared with me. And I just opened it and I realized that they've taken the time up, so it was pointless.
This is a fantastic comment by Gogo Power Rangers who says DC are limping
Oh,
more than
lovely.
Varun. Yeah, this is the sort of stuff I'll take even if you don't send a super chat, guys. I'm not as generous as the other Varun Alvaconda, because he just puts up everything. But just if whenever you're witty and clever like that, I'll put it up. All right. Also, Mushfiqur Rahim has the second longest test career now for an Asian cricketer, and he's only played in 101 test matches. That's quite tragic.
He's been playing since 2007.
He's got to be playing since 2006, man, if not 5. I remember him in the 2007 ODI World Cup, right? When
Same.
Bangladesh defeated India. And he had played a test before that. I am positive he had played a test before that.
Oh, I remember him in the test series that happened the test match that India played Bangladesh in 2007. So 2006 did Bangladesh even play? Oh, they might have played Zimbabwe above West
Might
Indies and the likes. Yeah, so fair.
The first time the world came to know of him is when Mushfiqur Rahim and Tamim knocked India out in the 2007 ODI World Cup, right?
That's true. That's true.
And he's been around for ages. And honestly, for a wicket-keeper batter to play that long, because it's a tough gig, right? Your fingers are done. You've got to be a proper squatting champion. And then to average 39 with the bat in Test cricket is very decent, man. That's a pretty successful career.
Yeah, a very good batter. Yeah, definitely one of those. I want to say likable characters, but I also know what he did when India lost.
I mean, yeah. Likable cricketer, perhaps, just in terms of the grind, but the character has come under question a couple of times.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
All right, then. So, Delhi are reeling at 96 for 5 in 14 overs. Something has to change, and I reckon it's got to come from the bat of Smashutosh. Oh, there we go. Pace. We're back to pace. Why would you not just give this over to Narayan? Bowl Narayan out.
I think this is Kolkata's way of trying to let Delhi come back into the game. You know what? We don't want it to be so one-sided as well. Let's make a match out of this. That's probably
I
the
would give
thinking.
this over to Narayan, next over to Varun, get Varun out, sub in someone who can bat perhaps, and then probably go back to pace.
I think I know the actual reason, Bairam. They don't want you to have your dinner early. They want you to stay there as long as possible just to make your weight. And then see how that goes.
That's it. That's exactly what they're going for. Yes, negative spectrum. That's what I was highlighting, that even if you look at the record, to average 39 with the bat in 101 test matches for a wicket-keeper batter is quite impressive. Like, you take 35, right? Like, for a wicket-keeper bat. You'd be very happy with 35, and 39 is touching 40. And if I'm not wrong, in the last few years, he's upped the ante, like in terms of his run scoring. So he's actually gotten better. Oh, is that a wicket? Has Karthik struck? No. Beats the outside edge of Akshar's bat.
I don't
Pretty
think it's got any bad.
quick delivery, 142 clicks. Go Power Rangers, perhaps you're right. I haven't followed this IPL season enough because I am expecting KKR to do the obvious things which they aren't doing. But what do you know? Maybe Karthik Tyagi strikes in this over and the joke's on me. And Rahane will then say that, don't you dare make fun of me. Don't you be critical.
Come on, Karthik.
Currently, I enjoy all cricket. Although I will say that flat decks in Test cricket in Asia do kind of get on my nerves at a certain point or after a certain point, but I still love all cricket.
A couple of days ago, I think I did the watch along for the DC CSK game. And that was such a snooze fest of an encounter. Oh my God. I was like, just kill me. Please. Spare me from this misery. It was so bad. And this is already sort of, looking good to be a repeat of what we saw. And that was also in Delhi. So I'm like, oh my God.
So the most fun I've had on these watch-alongs are, there are two instances. Yesterday's last innings or second innings, when Rob was on and RCB were chasing, that was a lot of fun. And the Mumbai LSG game where LSG were batting first and they just went crazy and then slowed down after the best start, right? And those two innings I would highlight as the most fun I've had thus far on these watch-alongs. This one's my 6th, I reckon.
Oh.
Yeah.
I think I've done more than 15.
Shutosh versus Pace, it's missed his bat. I don't know what he was trying. The feet didn't move and he was trying to poke at it. He's lucky not to get an outside edge on it, honestly.
And Akshar, by the way, is on 6 of 15 while Ashutosh is on 3 of 9. Boy, oh boy, is this partnership going nowhere.
This is completely, not dumbfounding, but just it's weak. I get why they're not being able to score because Kolkata are bowling well and it's a slowish track, but I mean, it is.
But I mean, nothing justifies being so slow. I get, 14 or 15 or 8 of 9. I still can live with that. What is bloody 6 of 15, man?
6 of 15 is next level. I do agree. Anyway, right now we should probably start calling the singles. That's how slow this innings is going because they're 98 for 5 Delhi, and there's one ball remaining till we have 15 complete overs. So how frequently do we see that in T20 cricket now? That at the 15 over mark you haven't crossed 100. And that might happen. This next ball might be a single, right?
The odds of that, in Rob's words.
Yeah. Kyanded, I don't care about the points table. I'll give you one thing. LSG might be the most watchable team in this IPL season because they're just crazy.
Shayan agrees.
Yeah. They are
Man's got in a
batshit crazy. Not even a single. It's a dot, bro. 98 for 5 Delhi in 15 overs. So they were 80 for 3 in 10 overs, which means in the last 5 overs, they've lost 2 wickets and they've scored 18 runs. That's bad for an ODI.
Behram, they were 74 for 2 after 8. The last 7 overs have gone for 24 runs. 24.
That's
how?
ridiculous.
Like, that's less than 4 runs per over. Like, how? I would probably say that's slow even for a test match. Like, I'd be like, yaar, ek chauka to maar le, yaar, kya kar raha hai?
Yeah, I mean, this is making for quite pathetic viewing, but 182 of you are with us, so we'll try to entertain you as much as possible.
Yeah.
Narayan's back to bowl out. And yeah, Varun's just leaving. I don't think he's going to be completing his quota tonight.
Oh, yeah, he's hobbling. Oof,
he is
bad.
Probably done and maybe even done for the season. I don't even know. Oh, he's not going off. He's fielding.
Oh, he's just, yeah. But
okay.
Why is he then come on the field? Oh, probably because you can't stay off the field. You have to be there. For like, if you've gone off the field for an over, you have to be inside the field for an over. And only then can you bowl. Fair. Okay.
This is a really fun comment by Zinch, who says the only way to keep it interesting is to introduce litigation. I'm completely for it. Make 16 teams, have a top tier of the IPL with 8 teams and a bottom tier with 8. But the problem is that all of these owners who have bought these teams with perpetuity, they want the brand, they want that money. Yeah. They do not want relegation, bro. So capitalism will not let you, see that. Or that dream will forever remain a pipe dream.
Yeah.
If the IPL was serious, this would be a 6-month league and it would be a league, not a tournament.
You have no idea how many times I've been saying this. Just go the football way, go the Premier League way. Just make it a proper full-fledged league.
I think I have grown up listening to Ravi Shastri telling me that that's what will that's what will happen, and it hasn't happened, right? Not me personally, but like I've heard Ravi Shastri on television make this point for at least a decade. At least.
That's
Ooh, I don't know why they didn't review that. That looked pretty out to me.
Back leg. Yeah. What happened? Why did they?
Yeah, height wasn't an issue if it's at the back leg. And why were we seeing a DRS from 1997? What was up with that? Remember when they had those 3 stumps? You'd see the 3 stumps go all the way down, colored in blue. Some of the kids over here watching this will not know about that.
They'll be like, what are these old folks on about? No, but that way, when it comes to cricket's boards and the powers at B are the most uncreative bunch of idiots that I've seen. Yeah. And I'm sorry, I'm not going to mention it.
Cricket is the worst run major sport in the world. There is just no coherence
whatsoever. Why am I?
No one gives a fuck about the structure or the format. All they care about is making money. And there have been enough instances to prove that. Singer, you were saying that foreign players are not available for 6 months. African players leave the Premier League to go play the African Cup of Nations. It has to function in a way where, let's suppose you've signed Tristan Stubbs, and out of the 40 games that your franchise is playing, he can only feature in 28. That's fine. I don't see an issue with that. Build a strong bench, have depth.
And to be honest, if IPL becomes a 6-month tournament, I don't think players will think about the other tournaments, because IPL alone will pay them enough to not worry about this game, that game. So that's not how it's going to work, right? And to be honest, Bayram, to be clear, I personally believe international cricket has practically no relevance barring World Cups. Outside World Cups
and the World Test Championship.
World Test Championship, exactly. And to be honest, I personally, again, a very unpopular opinion, but I very much agree with Lalit Modi, and I've been saying this for the last 3 years, ever since I've basically been creating content on cricket.
Hold that thought. This is the second watch-along I've done on The Bounce where my co-host has agreed with Lalit Modi. Is that back in fashion?
There you go. Yeah, probably that's in vogue. That's what people want these days. But
he's an entertaining guy.
Test-based franchise league is such a crazy concept. It's so wild. I want that to happen. I want to see that.
I want it to happen. I want the Saudis to be at the helm of it so that there are no geopolitical issues. No issues on that front. Everyone just plays everyone. Because they're the only country who have enough money and who can probably guarantee no geopolitical issues. Right?
They have a sovereign wealth fund of $600 billion. That's enough money to drown these players, and you can literally go and drown them in that.
Also, just to go back on the 6-month league and how you would convince players to play for your IPL team rather than your international team, you could maybe have a contract in which you are paid per game that you were available for selection, right? If you are available for selection for a game, you get paid for that game. And your contract could be ranging from X amount to Y amount. And it ultimately depends on you how much money you want to make. And if you are one of those players who would much rather play a test series versus Ireland, then go play that test series. There should be no hard feelings. That's a 6. And that might be the first boundary we've seen in many overs. It's been smashed by 39 balls is how long that boundary took. It's a maximum. Struck down the ground ferociously by Ashutosh. Finally, he scores a 6. Poor Varun, he's injured. I suppose that's also playing a role over here. It was a pretty poor ball, slot ball.
It was in the slot. But he's trying his best, and I'll give that to him, to be honest. When you are wincing in pain. And I also can understand why KKR want him to bowl, because they know that the Pacers can be sort of taken care of very easily. So they did feel that probably Varun can somehow manage. But let's see how he closes us out. Coming around the wicket now to Ashutosh.
Yeah. 107 for 5 now, Delhi in 16.3 overs. So they're still crawling. And this time it's been slashed and good work in the deep. Oh no! He's misfielded it. It's a 4.
Oh, 4. Anukul Roy, who's actually a very good fielder. That's sad.
Yeah. Anyway, Nelson for 5 now in 16.4 overs. Here's another fun comment. Zinch makes a very valuable point. He says, by the way, we already have a two-tiered league system for foreign players, IPL and PSL. That might be true in these last 2 years. If I were the PSL, now that there's no Champions Trophy or T20 World Cup, I'd move back to the previous window. You want to get some of those guys, who will later go on and play the IPL, perhaps to play for your league, so that you get some better foreign talent. Although there will be some international cricket going on, so that'll be another challenge, but that's separate story altogether. Cut away for 4. So 6-4-4 for Smashutosh versus Varun. Poor guy, he was limping or hobbling rather, and now he's gone for plenty in his final over. 1-1-5 for 5 now, Delhi in 16.5 overs.
He's been bowling these wider lines, and that's what I've not been able to understand, because he's only got one boundary rider on the offside. If you're going to bowl wider lines on the offside, then just have a couple more boundary riders. Why do you need a deep mid wicket or a deep square leg if you're bowling near the tram line on the offside? So
it's not like you're bowling to Krunal Pandya, right? If you were bowling to Krunal Pandya, that's exactly what I would do.
Interesting. I can see what you mean there. Yes,
he would continue to cut the ball to point, man.
Yeah.
Ball after ball after ball. Okay, so I think he's not even fit enough to bowl this last delivery, but he's going to power through.
Yeah.
Shouldn't have bowled. It was fine. The last over's gone for plenty anyway. How much did Sunil Narayan end up with? He was spectacular.
3 overs, none for 15. Did he finish his spell?
That's what I remember. Yeah, 4 overs, 1 for 17. Wow. That's killer.
And this is after conceding 10 in his first, by the way.
Yeah, man. All right, another cut. This time it'll yield a single for Smashutosh.
Finally they have a sweeper cover. So
yeah, Varun's done. None for 28 in his 4 overs. Economical spell, which could have been far more economical had he not bowled that last over. But, got to cut the guy some slack. He was clearly very injured. And Delhi now 116 for 5 in 17 overs. Maybe they can get to that magic number of 155.
39 and 3 is not impossible. Especially because now each of the 3 overs are going to be bowled by pacers. So what, Vaibhav Arora has 2, Karthik Tyagi has 2. In all likelihood, it'll be these 2 bowling the last 3 overs. So, it is definitely not a very improbable task that way. And Ashutosh loves taking on pace. So,
he does. Akshay is still on 8 of 18, so he hasn't really turned a leaf at all.
That's true.
Smashutosh did feast a bit on an injured Varun, so at least we've seen some runs.
Yeah. And by the way, just going back to what we were discussing, I personally think cricket has to evolve and move past international cricket, like beyond ICC events. There's no point of having random bilateral series again and again, which has no relevance. Like they did bring in that ODI Super League with the intention of, just like WTC, bring in some relevance, and they conveniently took it back up. And we all remember there was a lot of UNK, at least amongst, a lot of online cricket viewers, because, teams like Netherlands, Ireland, this was their only way of actually playing top tier nations and making more money and getting better at the sport. And that was also taken off them. So how does cricket expand? How does cricket survive? And importantly, how the fuck does cricket thrive?
The biggest lie that we are sold is that we are growing the game. Fuck no. You've never wanted to grow the game. You just want to line up your pockets, and it's just like a monopoly, really. And, the biggest boards in the world are guilty of this. But you talk about abolishing the ICC, and I feel the only thing that can render the ICC obsolete is some big money people. Again, it comes back to the Saudis, right? Like, who else has that kind of investment? Who else has that kind of investment? I can't think of anyone else. The Ambanis, but why would they go and fight with the ICC? That doesn't make sense.
Yeah, exactly. They're already in cahoots, they're already making a lot of money, so they wouldn't do it. The Saudis,
Yeah, they're partners as well, right? Like, from a broadcasting perspective.
That's true. Ooh,
it's a fun world.
Goes after it. That's true. And the way I look at it is, first of all, make the T20 World Cup also a 4-year event. I used to earlier think that, apologies. I've now actually changed my thoughts on it. For the longest time, I held very strong thoughts on why on earth do we need a World Cup every 2 years? It makes no sense. But after actually having seen the last couple of editions, I've realized this is the only way for the likes of USA, Oman, UAE, and all of these countries to play top teams, make some money, be under the spotlight. So I felt, you know what, it makes sense. Let it be. Let it be as is. Have a
You know what
T20.
they
Oh,
should do?
shot!
That's a brilliant shot by
Six.
Ashutosh. It's a bit of an uppercut, and it's gone
Yeah.
for 6. Brilliant.
Lovely.
Yeah. That's the stuff he does, man. He has these weird shots in his arsenal,
Yep.
and I remember once he smashed Bumrah for this awkward 6.
Yeah.
It
I
was
know
like
what
a
you're
ramp
talking about.
thing. I don't even know what that was, and that was brilliant.
Yeah.
But this was also a fantastic uppercut. Although 57-meter 6, need bigger boundaries.
Take it with
So
a
yeah,
just for the salt of what it finished.
yeah, 122 for 5 after that maximum Delhi in 17.2 overs. We'll come back to the how cricket is run and what it needs conversation, I suppose. But
Oh, yeah.
maybe we need to watch this over now because he's in a mood. Smash
Agreed.
Atosh,
Let's
and
see. Let's
he's got pace to deal with. All right, choppy
Alright,
shot for
can't-
single. Fuck that. Let's go back to our conversation. If they can somehow create an ODI Super League or Championship as well, like the World Test Championship, which runs like 2 years, and you can include some of the other teams, and that way you could have playoffs, and then those playoffs lead to an elite tournament, like perhaps the old Champions Trophy, but this time call it a World Cup, and then the best teams participate in that World Cup. I think that could be done. So you are playing a qualifier for that for 2 years, and then bam, you get a World Cup.
But my Behram, in fact, you've hit the nail on that because this is very similar to what I had in mind. My point is, fuck that as well. Now, just play, just have qualifiers. You know how, FIFA, everyone plays the qualifiers. It doesn't matter if you're if you're a very good side or
Yeah.
not. Just like that, let everyone play the qualifiers. Now, have qualifiers for the World Cup where every team participates. That way, you take care of, even the associate nations or some of the, sort of the lesser financially well-off nations getting chances. That's taken care of. Take the top 10, 12 teams, whatever you want, and make the World Cup out of it. So the ICC is
You
also taken care of.
identify. You don't have to take the top teams for this. You have to identify the number of associates you want in the qualifiers, right? What is that number looking like? And then you need to spread them out in a way that in every group of the qualifiers, you have an elite team, a middling team, and associates. And that's where it gets interesting.
I feel one way of going about this is one thing, everything, let there be qualifiers. Just like, so for instance, FIFA, from what little I understand, there are regional qualifiers and then you keep qualifying and then the main event happens. Just like that, have regional qualifiers. Whoever sort of does well there qualifies for the main qualifying event, the main qualifier. And in the main
See,
qualifier,
Regional qualifiers are all fun and games, but then cricket doesn't exist in that same, capacity in all of these different continents. So that might mess this up, right? Like you will
In the
have a
short
South
term.
American team always, and that will, leech off a spot of Nepal potentially. So that's the issue with that.
I agree. That's only in the short term. Like, give it a 10, 15, 20-year period where these countries actually get the chance to practice, to prepare and develop, at the grassroots level. And I'm 100% sure, Behram, once all of this actually becomes sacrosanct, wherein all of these lesser known nations also start taking part, a lot of Indians, Pakistanis, Bangladeshis, Sri Lankans, they'll make their way there too. So, invariably, you see Italy, for instance, we saw so many immigrants being a part of the side. And yeah, I don't mind that. A lot of people were complaining about it. It's okay, man. It adds a different flavor. It's fine.
I'm all in favor of the diaspora, man, honestly.
And I'm pretty sure a lot of them will go to Argentina, Brazil, wherever it is that cricket takes them to. And it'll be
Go
fun and
Power
it'll also be
Rangers.
better opportunities for them.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Go Power Rangers, you're not wrong. I'm just saying that, for instance, South America is one of those continents where perhaps the quality isn't even up to the mark of Uganda, for instance. I don't know, actually. Maybe they're really good. I have no idea. The Brazilian women's team isn't bad at all. But my whole point is that you want to also ensure that the best associate teams make it, right? I don't know. Both ideas have some novelty.
One thing, so to be honest, the sort of counter that you had, Brazil might take the spot of Nepal. I don't think that will be the case because what I'm saying is, for instance, hypothetically, let's say there's a South American qualifier and Brazil qualifies, Asian qualifier, let's say Nepal qualifies, they will still play the main qualifier. And whoever does well, the top 12, 15 teams, whoever it is, qualify for the main event. If Brazil qualifies above Nepal in that main qualifier, it means they must have defeated someone. And if that is the case, then sure, they have made it through to the main event. So they've done it on their merit, so it's okay. I don't think anyone's spot would be taken, unfairly or unnecessarily. So I feel that would be taken care of for most parts. Of course, there might still be some issues, I'm pretty sure. But it is, I still think, way better than what we have currently.
Yeah, there are a bunch of ways to fix ODI cricket in particular. I think Test cricket, even if the World Test Championship has holes in the way it's structured, at least there's context, right? Like we'll work with that. Every Test match is an event, and it holds relevance, so that's brilliant. T20 bilaterals just kill them. I don't care. I actually don't care. Don't like watching them. They don't mean anything. Okay. There's so many leagues going around. Who cares?
True. Same. Those were my thoughts. In fact, we had done a video on the erstwhilecricket.com channel. I'll actually share my thoughts. I'm waiting for this ball to happen. For some reason, there's been a hold up. Vaibhav Arora has not been bowling. Finally, he's running, and I want to see what happens here. It's been a while.
Well, he wanted to scoop it, Ashutosh, but he's hit it to deep cover for a single.
Yeah.
And I think we have a super chat as well. Sorry, let me just quickly check. It's by Laughing at Nothing, and he says, just started watching. What is Akshay doing? 10 of 20. Oh yeah, so he's 11 of 21 now. He was 8 of 18, 6 of 15. It's been a journey. You have just, as you said, started watching. At no point in this knock was he even like striking it at 50 before this. And as I've said that, he's pulled 1 for 4.
Oh, lovely shot.
Is that a catch?
Oh,
what?
Roy.
How?
I told you he's a brilliant fielder. Wow. Excellent catch, Anukul Roy. Take a bow. Take a bloody bow.
That is insane. Fantastic. They're going to check that. They have to check that.
That was hit ferociously. Anukul Roy was running in hard, and for him to gauge and actually, wow, well done, man. Well taken. Very well taken.
Captain's knock by Akshay Patel, 11 of 22. And he does finish with a strike rate of 50 on the dot. It has made for painful viewing. Laughing at Nothing, there was a point where there were 39 deliveries without any boundary. So we've been half watching this game since a while.
That's true. And for what it's worth, Behram, do you think Akshar's knock here might actually make his batting coach happy? Do you know who Delhi Capitals batting coach is?
KP?
No. It's Ian Bell.
Okay. I mean, I don't know, man. I don't think Delhi have much to celebrate at all.
Yeah. Not a guy. For those who don't know who Ian Bell is, he's definitely not known for his strike rates or his ability to attack. So,
although he did have a killer cover drive on him, so we didn't see any
banging.
Yeah.
That's true.
What's KP doing these days other than making those 6-7 videos?
He's just been chilling. He's been on broadcast. He did a bit of commentary for the initial set of games, and then he's been working on his YouTube channel.
Yeah, he's been talking about that a lot.
Oh man,
it's interesting. I think KP's just starting to realize that it takes a lot of effort to run this kind of venture. I think he probably originally thought
good on him. He's actually trying.
I don't mind him. I mean, I feel like he's got a social media-esque personality because he'll always polarize opinion and he'll be loud and all of that stuff. But look, it's an acquired taste. I'm not saying I'm a big fan, but I'm also saying that it's fun to have him in the mix. It always gives us something to talk about.
A bit like wasabi, it's strong. It's like, why are we having this? But it's okay. Let it be there.
It's a bit like what Shoaib Akhtar's YouTube channel used to be like. It was a lot of nonsense, but you'd probably still end up watching it.
No, I mean, and I'll still side with KP here because there's still something. It's cricket being played. At least it's something. Sure,
one thing I will say. One thing I will say is that the stuff that KP did with the cricketers, where he was playing games with them and everything. What a shot by Smashutosh! Reverse scooped for 6. Wow.
Lovely.
That is such an intelligent shot because there was no third man fielder. He's been literally the only guy who's shown some sort of fight for Delhi apart from Patham Nissanka. And that 6 takes the Capitals to 135 for 6 in 18.5 overs. So they've got 7 more balls to get to 155. The golden number.
Yeah, I think we can somehow manage to do that.
Yeah. But Atul, I'm not saying KP's channel is something like Akhtar's. I'm saying it is entertaining. But the one thing he got right, and that's slapped down the ground for a one bounce four by Ashutosh. Really strong
bad.
finish to the over. 139 for 6, Delhi in 19 overs. What I'm trying to say is that, you watch it for entertainment. The one different thing that KP does is that obviously he's more intelligent content than Shavy. Shavy's just pure vibes. But the stuff that he did, like with Steve Smith, they're like hitting the ball with a baseball bat, stuff like that. It's nice. I like that kind of content. It's just not feasible because all of KP's mates are currently playing, like all of these guys, at least who we interviewed, are playing cricket. So they don't have a lot of time to spare. And people who have retired, well, they want to do other things with their lives. So you can get people on for an episode or two. To do it in the long run and make it feasible, you need to rely on yourself. And that's what content creators need to realize. You cannot piggyback forever. You have to build your own brand. And KP is lucky enough that he's got a smashing brand to begin with. He could maybe choose not to do the 6-7 thing, but that's his choice.
Did you see the one he did with Klaassen where they used I want to say the middling bat. It was this gigantic bat with a very big middle, like huge. It was an interesting episode once again.
I didn't watch that one. I just watched that video in which he's violently screaming 6-7. Like, there's a better way to say that as well, but KP really makes you hate that phrase.
KP is an interesting guy. I think that's how I don't know if that's how, say, someone like an Andy Flower or an Andrew Strauss might describe him, but he is interesting.
Anyway, Vipraj does well.
Okay.
I mean, it doesn't do well, but it's good that he's gotten a single off the first ball because we need 5 balls of Smashutosh over here. That's what we really
I think
need.
even 160 is possible, to be honest.
Karthik, you're absolutely right about that. You don't need to understand cricket to like KP's content. So he has figured that bit out. I agree with you. He's catering to multiple audiences, and that's kind of smart. I'm just saying that he really needs to do the bulk of the work himself as a solo brand because, more often than not, you have to do that. Ask Akshay.
Oh my God, he's gone.
Is that a catch?
Yeah, good catch. That came at him, man. That came at him at some pace, and well done.
Yeah.
Taken.
I thought it was a grounded shot, but he's holed out Ashutosh over here to cover, and he departs for a 28 ball 39. Given that it was a very slow knock to start off, he finished well. But then again, this is Kolkata's game to lose, really. Like,
True. I think from 160 now, I don't think they'll be going past 145 from here.
Yeah. What I hope is that they chase it down in 14 overs or 13 overs. Is that a possibility? Can KKR even manage that?
Finalin is probably going to be the impact player once again. Let me see if he gets on a roll. Then nothing like it. Let me just confirm that. Who are they playing? They're playing Green, Powell, and Ryan. So they have only 3. Yeah, it's going to be Finalin in all likelihood. So yeah, you can be hopeful of him coming good.
Okay, come on, Finn. Give us that one knock that we've all been waiting for. Has to be today. All right, so Karthik Tyagi has had a good day with the ball today. He's got a couple of wickets. Or is that 3 wickets now, or is he still at 2?
I think this was his second.
Yeah, I think this was his second as well. Mitchell Stark can hit a long ball. Let's see if he can take Delhi past 150. He's going to just swing. Bowl a back of a length cutter, Karthik. That's what you want to do. Or that.
Anything.
They've run a bye. Yeah, they have run a bye, haven't they?
Yep. Sneak the bye here. Vipraj Nigam, by the way, for what it's worth, also has an uncanny ability to score bounties. So, Delhi will be hoping he gets something here.
He can definitely whack it. And in fact, it's better if he has the strike for these last 2 remaining deliveries.
For sure.
Delhi 141 for 7 and 19.4. And here's Karthik Tyagi. Well, sorry. It was 19.3. Oh, have they repeated this? Well, what's happened over here? My stream's gotten stuck.
Even mine, it's been a bit jarry. I'm trying to...
There's been a run out. Oh!
How have I missed that?
I was on one of the other streams which went on repeat. So I was like, why am I seeing the same scene over and over again? But I think there's been a run out. Yes,
Oh, yeah.
the umpire has raised his finger and Mitchell Starc has sacrificed his wicket for the better batter, which is something I'm completely fine with. So 140 for 7 and 19.4 then. They'll need 10 runs and 2 balls to get to 150, which is now looking slightly unlikely, but you never know. This has been an interesting IPL. All right, what are you guys saying in the comments? Da 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 da. Apparently, Mumbai's traffic is being discussed. A lot of people were pointing out Finn Allen. Someone or Amartya Jagdhari has likened KP to Mr. Beast. I see it. I kind of see it.
I haven't seen a lot of Mr. Beast content.
I haven't either, but it's just same engaging content. Isn't for a niche audience. Like, for instance, I feel like we are very, very niche. You'd really want to have to, like, if you don't love cricket, it'll be tough.
Yeah.
Right? Because it's
Fair.
not particularly, we're not fanboying it or being biased and that sort of stuff, which is every other YouTube channel. What else do we have?
I love Aish's comment right at the end.
There are 1,000 fucks Stark has, but 0 to give to DC for the dive. Yeah, man. I mean, Australia playing, what is it, 21 test matches in 12 months? Have I got that right?
Oh my God.
Maybe it was 24 months, sorry. Yeah, Mitch Stark
I
would
really hope
want to play.
21 and 12 is insane.
Yeah, Mitch Stark would want to play the vast majority of those test matches, so he's got to preserve his body a bit as well. He's not diving in an IPL game. Hell no.
12.5 crores is not worth it, you think?
Yeah, last ball of the innings is an aerial cut for should be 2. Why do they do that? Why would you just not continue to run on the last ball of an innings? It pisses me off every single time. The amount of people who opt not to run is way higher than the amount of people who are like, okay, it's the last ball. Surely we try to, eke out every run that we can. But no, cricket hasn't grown to that extent. Good day for Karthik Tyagi. 2 for 25 for him. And Delhi end up with 142 for 8 in 20 overs. It's not even a sub-par. It's a well below par effort, I reckon. They're at least 35 runs short from making a fist of this. Kolkata should, in theory, steamroll their way to this target, but you never know. They are also Kolkata. If they were doing really well, they'd be higher up in the table. Anyway, so as we head to an innings break, I reckon, Akshay, it's time for us to take a bit of a break as well. So
100%.
We shall join you guys for the second innings, where Kolkata will require 143 runs to win this game versus Delhi at the Kotla. Until then, you guys enjoy, go take a breather. We shall see you very, very shortly. So stay with us, go nowhere. Bye-bye for the time being.
We love the game, but we love the stories. Fans have stories. Former players have stories. Journalists have stories as well. Combox brings them all together. The game lives on.
Gentlemen, to yet another episode of the Crick Picks podcast. I'm Behram Kazi, who you can find at Def Mango on Twitter, and with me are my two colleagues. First, we've got Shayan Ahmed Khan, who you can find at Tweets by Shayan on Twitter. And then we've got Saurabh Somani, who you can find at Saurabh_42 on Twitter. And if you are new to Crick Picks, what we do on this show is that we take any generic cricket category and we draft our top 5 each for that category in a snake-style draft competition. So basically what that means is that the pick order goes 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1. And sometimes on Crick Picks, what we do is that we combine to create teams of 12, which is exactly what we are going to be doing today as we attempt to create a test team of the 2010s. So how do you guys feel about this?
You want to go first, Shan? How do you feel?
It's basically like my 90s. No, it's my nostalgia era. So it's the entire generation where I have grown up. I've gone from being like a kid to an adult right in the same decade. So lots of memories attached with this period across all formats. But yeah, Test cricket is perhaps my favorite format as well. So lots of players that I've really grown up watching and liked. So this should be a fun one.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hashtag kids these days. But
Exactly.
Yeah,
Two
I think
uncles.
it's just overwhelmingly full of people we can pick. So we are going to end up leaving out probably 15 players who could have been part of this team. So this is just a general disclaimer for all the comments who are going to say, "How did you not pick X, Y, Z?" We are not going to be able to pick a lot of X's, a lot of Y's, a lot of Z's.
Well, that's what makes this a fun exercise, I suppose. And Saurabh, you have first pick, so I suppose you can at least, breathe easy in that regard.
Yeah, so I'm going to take a cue from Rob Barron, who basically taught us how to game crick picks by picking the player you want in the team rather than the first most obvious pick. And since there is like 20,000 middle order batters who have a claim to be in this team, I'll pick the guy I most want in this team, which is AB de Villiers.
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay.
I mean, I was checking out AB's record in the 2010s, right? And I mean, he's
Yeah.
played 60
No,
tests, 5,059 runs. He's averaged 57.48 with the bat. And the thing I love about AB, the test cricketer, is that if you want him to counterattack, he'll counterattack. If you want him to shut up shop, he'll shut up shop. He's versatile like that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly, like the most versatile bat in a even in an era that has Steve Smith, Virat Kohli, and all. I still think he was the most versatile bat, and it you can very easily make a 2010s team without AB, and it will still be an all-time world-beating team. But I just wanted him there, so
Yeah.
picked
No,
him.
I was going to pick him as well, so I don't think this is a controversial pick at all.
I
He
had
is
him
one of
on
the
my
better
level
number
too.
fives that we've seen in Test cricket ever. So,
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. No, I
That
mean,
I'm
I
not
knew
sure.
that you guys would have considered him. You guys would have even your consideration set, but I wasn't sure whether he'd make it to the final cut. So just to avoid all that, it's like
hey,
here
I've
he is.
always played crick picks in terms of who I want in the team. So you're not doing anything wrong. That's
Oh,
the
yes.
spirit of crick picks.
That's a nice one. Actually, you know what? AB was in my team as well. I know he's one of the best number fives ever to do it. I did that whole piece and everything. We've had crick picks and all that. But I think I might not have him at number 5 in the playing 11 that I want. And if I want to
he
go
might
that direction,
go
I can do that.
Spot lower, yeah, he might.
I can go in that direction as well. Might depend on a bunch of other factors. But I think since it's my next pick, I will go with a bowler in the true spirit of crick picks, in the true spirit of good areas, where we say that bowlers win you test matches. I am going to pick Dale Steyn as my first pick,
Oh,
where he has
That was my other choice. as
67
first pick.
wickets at a match factor of 1.46, strike rate factor of 1.4, average 22.3, and largely played in an era where he had to bowl on a lot of flatter wickets. That was well before the pace playing pandemic era, and by that time actually he was not even playing that much, was he? Right towards the end of his career, we know he had injuries and stuff like that. So I think the biggest thing that you get with the player of Dale Steyn's quality is that he was excellent everywhere in the world. Like, maybe if you want to nitpick, he wasn't as great as he is everywhere else in England, but everywhere else, I think he's had a superb record all across the board. So I am happy to pick him.
yeah, took the bulk
And
of
England,
his
I think,
test
is
wickets.
just like an aberration, right? Like we don't. I mean, it's just that it just so happened that those were the times where he didn't. There's no reason to believe that Dale Steyn won't succeed in England if you give him like a run of matches there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, look, he took the bulk of his wickets in the 2010s, 267 test wickets in this decade at roughly 22 apiece. So, of course, he's an all-timer, one of the best we've watched in, this past generation. So, I think he has a claim to both the 2000s test team and the 2010s test team. He's probably made both teams as well, right?
Has
Yeah,
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 you
he
guys-
made the 2000s team. Yeah, he
I'm
did.
happy. He's one of my
Alright.
favorite bowlers as well growing up, by the way. So I
absolutely.
always like picking him. I will add one thing on his England record, by the way, guys. I know it doesn't look that pretty and everything compared to his overall numbers, but if you go to the match factors, in the 2008 series he had a match factor of 1.26, and in the 2012 series he had a match factor of 1.38 actually.
Okay.
And
Oh.
so this is a guy whose raw numbers don't look pretty in England, but he's actually very
But
solid.
he was still good. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
considerably
and he
better
had
than the
that
rest.
epic battle with Kevin Peterson, right? And
Yeah.
Headingley, I want to say, where KP plays one of the greatest innings of his life. So I think
Yeah, I mean,
that's also another fun duel that we've seen.
26% better than the seamers who played in the earlier series, and then in 2012, 38% better.
Yep.
So, I mean, that's
Exactly.
correct. Then you don't let the raw numbers fool you. We've picked 2 South Africans to kick off our 2010s test team. So, I am going to go ahead and give Dale Steyn a new ball bowling partner. And I think this guy has one of the strongest claims to make this team. I know there are a bunch of fast bowlers and all of them are class. But yeah, my first pick for this particular Crick Picks episode is going to be Jimmy Anderson. Because I can't look
I knew you were
past-
going to.
Yeah, of course he has to make this team, right? I cannot look past
Exactly.
429 wickets in 106 tests in the 2010s. That's other bowlers' entire career if they're good, if they're lucky, right? Like, he's just taken 429 wickets in the decade alone and he has
I think-
704 in total.
At one point, Richard Hadley had the record for the longest time with 431, right?
Yes.
And Jimmy Anderson has taken that in one decade. So yeah, but I thought it would low-key be a lot of outrageous fun if we pick this team without Anderson in it, because we can actually. There are enough fast bowlers available.
There was
So we
definitely
can.
a team that we could have made without him. But personally, like,
I don't
he's
know.
one of those fast bowlers that I have thoroughly enjoyed to watch. I watched him in the flesh as well. I was there for his final test. I was there, for the Pakistan series, the first Bazball series in which Anderson featured. Lovely action. And what's really important to point out with respect to Anderson in the 2010s is that this is where he goes from being a swing bowler to become a wobble seam bowler. And he's the one who makes the wobble seam delivery mainstream. Towards the end of the 2010s, we have the pace playing pandemic. So he has such a massive impact in this decade alone in Test cricket. And, he's averaging less than 25. He's taken his wickets at an average of 24.35 in the 2010s.
Yeah.
So, I mean...
Match factor of 1.29, by the way.
All right, so
29%
29%
better
better
than the
the rest of the bowlers he played against and with in this decade. So yeah, I mean, got no issues over there. And Steyn and Anderson get to, open the bowling. That's stuff
I
of
love
dreams,
that.
I suppose.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
now I'm confused for my second pick. Do I go pick a batter? Do I go for a spinner? There are two guys who could potentially, be second pick for me. And I think that I'll go ahead and I'll pick the batter. So my second pick is going to be Steve Smith, Smudger. He has to make this team. There shouldn't be any debate around that. If you look at the 2010s alone, he played 72 tests and he scored a whopping 7,164 runs. It is one of the greatest peaks we've ever seen. 62.84 is what he averaged with the bat, and there are 26 tons for him in this decade alone. I know there are a bunch of batters, in the Fab Four alone who could probably make this team. But I think the first name that needs to be mentioned amongst them is Steve Smith, so that's why I've just gone ahead and picked him. And the 2010s, as far as batting is concerned in Test cricket, for me, they belong to Steve Smith.
Yeah, easily. Like, I think there's not even a debate here, and his match factor was 1.74, by the way.
Wow.
So, this is a guy who, for a decade, I mean, obviously, he doesn't play the entire decade, but, like, if you just take his peak period, I'm sure these numbers will be even better, because when he started out, he was not even, like, a main top 7 batter regularly, right? Like, top 6 batter, so to say, regularly. And then once he got his gig properly, I believe it was the 2013 series in India that I remember very clearly, where I was like, oh, this guy's batting lower down the order, but he's a very interesting sort of a player. And then a couple of years later, we all saw what he was capable of. He made loads of runs against India. And then all those epic series against England at the Ashes, all the epic series against India, right? So I think he's a very consistent batter across the board. It's very hard to nitpick with him.
Yeah, it's also very unorthodox, right? He's not your conventional batter. He's got these trigger movements and he'll shuffle around and he'll have those 26 twitches. So it's an interesting watch, when you are watching Steve Smith bat.
He got his opportunity actually thanks to Homework Gate, as in, like, he had made his debut before that, but because of Homework Gate and Australia suspending 4 players, he played in that next test, which was, I think, Mohali.
He made 92,
And
no? In that
he
series?
made a very composed, sort of impressive 92
Yes.
actually.
Yes,
it was
yes.
a 92 very that formed the template of what Steve Smith innings would be like in that decade. I think, like, I don't think that twitchiness and everything was as prominent, but he was not orthodox, but he was like super effective, like even in that innings. No, you could see that this guy has a way about him. And then suddenly, so yeah, maybe Homework Gate had one unintended benefit, that it sort of pushed. Nothing could have denied Steve Smith, I think, but it at least pushed him further in the reckoning. And then that 2013 Ashes happened, and then he just took off from there.
Correct.
Yeah, he really did. And I mean, Look, we've got a pretty strong team thus far. We've got AB,
Yeah.
Stain, Jimmy, Steve Smith. And now I feel like this is the point where it's maybe not this pick because I have a guy for this pick who I was confused about with Smudger. But it's about to get a wee bit tricky. Let's see where Cheyenne heads with this pick.
Yeah, so I don't think it's going to be tricky in the first place. We still have lots of options and lots of good quality players. But I don't. Okay, so I won. My first pick was like full good area spirit and a bowler that I've grown up loving. I think now I will go ahead with the player who I have grown up loving the most, and that is Virat Kohli. He can be in our team. We can bat him at 4
Okay.
or at 5.
Who bats at 4? Steve Smith or Virat Kohli?
No, see, Smith bats at 4 in an ideal case if we pick another number 3. But I think if we don't go with another number 3, then Smith is better equipped to face the new ball and he can be your number 3 with Kohli 4 and EB 5. I think it depends on the direction we take for the wicket keeper eventually, which I have left to you guys. I have picked Virat Kohli, and so his numbers, I mean, everybody knows his numbers and everything, right? I think he was, at one point, he was the third fastest to get to 25 test hundreds, and that was only behind Bradman and Sachin Tendulkar, I want to say. And then Steve Smith later on came and I think broke that record. Or his match factor in that decade was 1.53 and at a strike factor of 1.15. So he was not even like a slow batter, right? He was like counter-attacking. Some of his best knocks, if you actually remember, especially from his peak period, he was very counter-attacking. Like you look at Perth, you look at Centurion, you look at even some of the innings that he played back in Australia in 2014-15. So he would actually take on the bowlers and he would start very fast. So I think, I don't know if you guys definitely had him on your teams or not, but very, very fair pick. I think.
I was confused. I didn't know what to do with him.
The thing is, obviously both of us would have had him in our consideration set. Again, I was thinking like James Anderson, you could build a team for 2010s without Virat Kohli, and it would just cause massive outrage. So I was not sure, but I mean, obviously there is no question that he belongs.
Yeah, I mean, of course, this was the decade in which we saw the best of Virat in Test cricket. If I read out the raw numbers,
actually,
yeah, 84
no, I was
Test
saying
matches.
just for his peak, maybe he should be there ahead of the others. Just for that peak because it was so unreal.
And it's like also includes his earlier period, right? Like when he started off at the age of 22 odd, and then he had like a rise, and then he had.
We love the game, but we love the stories. Fans have stories. Former players have stories. Journalists have stories as well. Combox brings them all together. The game lives on.
Welcome back to Combox Live. You guys are with me, Behram, who you can find at Def Mango on Twitter, and Akshay will be joining in a minute or two. The second innings has started. Mitchell Starc is bowling the first over, unsurprisingly. And the first 2 balls are dot balls. All right then. Can Delhi spring up a surprise? Can they maybe take, 4 power play wickets and this game gets interesting? Because maybe 3 power play wickets might not be enough over here. 143 is not a big total, and even if the wicket is on the slower side, I think it should be a comfortable chase, especially if Finn Allen goes on one. And aerial cut for a single. Rahane is off the mark, as are KKR. Random person, Rob Barron, will be joining us, but in like half an hour, he's stuck with something. So don't worry, your palate will eventually be satisfied unless Finn Allen goes completely berserk and this game ends early. Then maybe you only get like 5 minutes of Rob. All right, I think Akshay has joined the stream, or well, at least he's joined the StreamYard thing over here, and he should be on shortly. Muku, help the guy out or check what's happening because he's in the stream with audio only. Is his camera malfunctioning? Is that the case? Already his mic was a prop and now his camera's about to be a prop? That'll be really, really sad. Also, I'm taking too much space over here. It's too much of me. Good ball by Starc. And got an update from Muku, who says he's not back. So, all right then. I stand corrected. They're showing a change in Starc's action. And it's probably the chin that we're seeing is positioned a bit differently. I mean, Mitchell Stark is probably one of the more improved red ball bowlers in recent times, because we always used to talk about his white ball exploits and his pink ball exploits in particular. But with the red ball, he was brilliant in this Ashes series that just happened. But he's been pumped down the ground past the mid-off fielder for 4 by Finn Allen. First boundary of the evening for the Kolkata Knight Riders. They are now 5 for no loss and 5 deliveries. And that was a bit of an agricultural slap by Finn Allen down the ground. Akshay's back. Did you have some food? Is that what took you so long?
Yes, I was trying to have whatever I could of my dinner and just came back quickly.
I contemplated it, right? But then when I went out for my break, Aliza was like, I really want to watch Michael, and what day can you watch it, this, that, the other. And that's how I spent my break, kind of planning that. And I couldn't have any food.
Actually,
She deserves-
I also...
Yeah.
You were saying.
No. I'm just saying she deserves a day out. So I'm going to try and make sure that this weekend is a fun one, because I'm actually headed to Karachi next week. I've got
nice.
a gig, a tape ball tournament. So that's going to be fun. Early spoiler
Lovely.
for you guys who watch pro sports. Saad and I have something cooking.
Nice.
What were you saying?
I mean, it's kind of ironic that it's a surprise for my girlfriend and I'm saying it out loud to the universe. But
She's
I
not
trust her
watching
on-
this.
Yeah. I trust her on that. No, I've been wanting to take her out for a movie or something. She's been wanting to watch The Devil Wears Prada too. So that's been out for a
Okay.
while, and she's been wanting to watch it. She's very busy. I want to say I'm also just as busy, but he got apna to chalta. I can still figure. She's a very busy lady, so I was like, finally she's gotten something.
I don't think you should complain watching 2 hours of Anne Hathaway either. Like,
No,
that should work
no.
out for you.
Yeah. She took me to the drama. Have you watched that movie?
Which one?
Zendaya and the drama.
No, I haven't watched that one. And that's another boundary for Finn Allen. Hoyt on the onside for 4. Poor start for Akshay Patel. And Kolkata moved to 10 for no loss and 1.1 overs. I haven't watched many movies recently. It's just the Charlize Theron one, Apex, in which she's fighting a cannibal and she's charting, unsummitable mountains and kind of kills her boyfriend. Sorry for the spoilers, guys. You don't want to waste your time on that movie anyway.
No, the drama is a fantastic movie, except I walked in. It was a surprise. So we do this thing where we surprise each other. We book tickets and we just go, sort of completely
cute.
blindsided, knowing nothing. So when I reached the theater, I saw the ticket said the name, right? It said the drama. So I assumed hoga kuch bhai, matlab dekhte hain, kya hoga. I had no clue what the movie was also. I hadn't even heard of the movie. I walk in and the story unfolds and I'm like, holy smokes. It's a very good movie. It's a genuinely very good movie. Very well done. I highly recommend it. But yeah, interesting that it was.
I do quite rate Zendaya as an actor, like she really does know how to act. I watched the challenges and I didn't expect it to be as good as it was, honestly. Anyway, makes some room, Finn Allen, and slaps the ball past the cover fielder for 4. So, second
Rahane
boundary
this
of the over. Oh, that was Ajinkya Rahane. Sorry, I wasn't watching. So, Rahane also bags his first boundary. And Kolkata are off to a solid start, 15 for no loss and 1.4 overs. Finish it in 14.
Exactly. I was about to say that much to Behram's news, they're doing it very well. So good.
Especially today, there's no review show, right? So I really want this one to end early.
Fair. I get that. I completely get
Yeah.
that. But you should watch the drama. It's just that for a couple, right? Like for instance, it's like my girlfriend and I, we are like it's a very serious love-related movie. So that way it was kind of interesting, but very intense. Like I said, highly recommend.
So you guys basically watch a lot of movies together. That's your thing.
Not a lot. We do try our best. I watch a lot. A lot. She doesn't get the time at all. That's why the theater is like her escape. So yeah.
Well, Keshav Huri, our good friend, is saying +1 to Akshay, drama is class. So go watch the drama, I guess, guys. If Jared was here, he would bring in or somehow try his best to mention The Room.
I was
Yeah. loves doing that.
Tommy Wiseau, The Room. That's it.
Yeah. It's all he knows how to, all he wants to talk about these days, I suppose.
But have you seen The Room?
I have. I've watched both the James Franco version, which then kind of prompted me to watch the original version, and I can say that the original version was different gravy. You know, sometimes I wonder, like, we'll never get those extreme slapstick comedies again, like Scary Movie and stuff, because that can't work anymore, right? Surely.
Yeah.
There was
But
one
I
of those
think-
movies. It was called the superhero movie, which was like they were taking the piss out of all those superhero tropes and everything, and that was a really funny movie. It as the villain, they had the guy from Happy Gilmore, Shooter McGavin, and that's another boundary on the offside. Yeah, Finn Allen
Oh, lovely,
whacks
Finn.
that into the gap, dissects the fielders, and it's another 4. So Kolkata 21 for no loss in 2.1 overs.
But yeah, parody as a genre has definitely been on the down low. It's almost like we've evolved past it. I don't want to say I myself have, but in general, the audience, there isn't much of a demand for something
I
like that.
kind of enjoyed that growing up, but the one thing that I never liked is how they get super disgusting. So if someone's pissing, they are constantly pissing, and now there's piss everywhere. Like, they could do without that, honestly. I've never liked that bit.
Fair.
And as we have this conversation, Singer has just mentioned that Scary Movie 6 is coming soon. So I suppose they're not dead. Are the Wayans brothers in it? Because there's no point if they're not, right? Like, they have to be in it. Have you watched Little Man?
No, I haven't.
Okay, so I watched White Chicks and I was like, okay, the Wayans brothers are funny. And then I watched Little Man and I was like, this is funnier than White Chicks.
Oh, is it? Okay, I have to check those out.
It's a certain kind of humor. Maybe you've grown past that. You know, we all grow up at some point. But so, for instance, I never enjoyed Borat or The Dictator. I was like, okay, you know what, Sacha Baron Cohen? I'm not liking this that much.
Interesting. You didn't like The Dictator? Like,
I haven't watched Ali G. That's, I know, his claim to fame.
Ali,
That's a
yeah.
brilliant delivery by Mitchell Stark. Beats the bat of Rahane.
ooh,
So, yeah.
just took off. But yeah, Hot
I've
Fuzz
been
is good.
watching. Yeah, I've been watching The Boys. I watched Invincible, and those shows I've been watching for a while, though. So I'm just kind of keeping up. And because if you don't watch The Boys episode right after it comes out, someone will spoil it for you. There'll be 10,000 memes on the internet which will spoil it for you. You know. Don't want that happening to me.
But if you've seen Hot Fuzz and you like it, there's another movie called I want to say it's Office Party. Is it something else? Have you seen Office Party?
What a shot by Ajinkya Rahane, an aerial flick for 6. They've heard me. My wish is KKR's demand. And wow, what a blistering start for the Knight Riders. They are now 28 for no loss after that maximum in 2.4 overs. And this is Ajinkya Rahane 3.0 right there for you. Shaun of the Dead is a great shout, Amartya.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed that movie.
Simon Pegg, when he did all of these movies, was just yeah.
That's my favorite one, though. Especially when they start killing zombies with a cricket bat. So that also happens
course.
in that movie.
But
Inside
you
Edge?
should watch Office Party if you haven't. Is that a 4?
No, just a single. Amartya, I have not read any comics, buddy. Archie comics. I've read tons of Archie comics, and then I watched this fucking Netflix movie that Bollywood made on the Archie comics, and it was so bad. I forwarded the musical bits, so I watched basically 20 minutes of story because that movie was all song. But fuck, it was bad. It was so bad. It was like Nepo babies left, right, and center who don't know how to act that well. Apart from that guy who plays Reggie, I think that guy really does know how to act.
Vedang Rana. He's a very good talent. Even I like him.
Yeah, I like him. Actually, you know what? Shah Rukh's daughter wasn't the worst Veronica. She kind of embodied the spirit of Veronica well. But Jughead, they ruined. Okay. Didn't enjoy that. Betty, I felt nothing for Betty. And when I was reading the comic books, I was like, Betty's my girl. Like, she's the one, right? You know, like, I'm always rooting for her. And Archie had no personality. Zero. And he's apparently Amitabh's descendant. I don't know how.
Yeah, Amitabh's grandson.
Okay. Daughter's kid, I'm assuming?
Yeah, daughter's kid. That's right.
Okay.
And Rahane, meanwhile, is gone.
Yeah. Is that the most unfortunate dismissal that we so frequently see in
Yeah,
cricket?
he's a walk-off.
Yeah, I mean, look, it kissed Stark's wrist, and he was out of his crease. And on the non-strikers end, he's been run out. So, unfortunate way to go for Kolkata's skipper. And the Knight Riders are now 29 for 1 after 3 overs. And you know what really pisses me off, Akshay? Everyone has done a major disservice to the Archie comics. Riverdale, absolute crap. Fuck that shit. I watched an episode, I was like, it was not supposed to be a murder mystery, guys. Like,
Yeah.
that's not Archie comics. And then, I don't know, the Bollywood version was even worse potentially. But I haven't watched much of Riverdale. I did get through the entire movie. So I don't know, man. Someone should do the Archie comics properly. All right, so Singer saying he wasn't a huge fan of Vince Gilligan's after Breaking Bad, really? Like, I mean, I kind of was. But he has enjoyed his show Pluribus. I haven't watched it, but I've heard good things. I've heard a lot of good
Yeah,
things.
same. I've heard really good things, but I've watched both Breaking Bad and I'm going to say Better Call Saul is also by Vince Gilligan, right?
Yeah, I haven't watched that,
by the
though.
same-
Yeah, Keshav Singh, Better Call Saul has such a perfect ending. So did Breaking Bad. One of the best endings ever. I mean, there you go. There's some Walter White for you. He's the one who knocks right behind me.
Right.
All right, what did I misread, Singer? Oh, he wasn't a fan of Vince Gilligan's show Pluribus or whatever it is. So, yeah,
Pluribus.
I haven't watched it, can't comment, but Breaking Bad is goated.
Well,
Atul,
Amartya also asked us.
Yeah.
Yeah, go for it.
What is Amartya asked? I missed that one.
You can first finish Shatul and then we'll go to.
Amartya is saying if I want to watch horror, I should watch Constantine. I'll keep that in mind. Used to love horror, but now it's more like one of those genres that I watch with my nieces and nephews. Because for some reason, kids love horror. Or maybe it's just the kids in my family that love horror.
Yeah.
Atul, I think I've been slightly let down by the latest season of The Boys, but there's still 2 episodes to go. For me, the best part of that show is that it's the social commentary, right? Is that a wicket? Another unlucky dismissal.
Oh, that's hard. Oh my goodness.
First Ajinkya has been run out of the non-strikers, and then now Ankush Raghuvanshi has gone for a sweep. He's top-edged it onto his stumps. Wow. So
Why didn't he even try to push? Like, he was seeing the ball. He was literally seeing the
was
ball
he?
with the stumps. Yeah.
Well, I mean,
It didn't seem like he lost sight of it or something. He just watched the ball hit the stumps.
that's another wicket for Delhi. Ankush Raghuvanshi departs for a 3-ball 1, and Kolkata now 2 down for 31 in 3.4 overs. So maybe we're not getting the early finish. Oh, so he didn't top edge it. He swept it onto his shoulder. It bounced straight out, or it kind of plopped straight onto the stumps, and that was the end of Ankush Raghuvanshi.
I don't blame him. I take my words back.
Singer, this I completely agree with. Brooklyn Nine-Nine is the last modern proper sitcom. Schitt's Creek is another.
Schitt's Creek, exactly.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Schitt's Creek is definitely another, but I liked Brooklyn Nine-Nine more than Schitt's Creek. Also,
Fair.
rest in peace, Moira. She's dead.
Oh yeah. That's true.
Brilliant actor.
In fact, have you seen this Australian sitcom called Fisk?
No, but I have been watching some whodunits from Australia. The Survivor or The Survivors, that was a good one. Saving or Scaring Gracie Darling? I don't remember the entire name. Saving Gracie Darling. That was nice.
You
check
should
that
watch
out,
Fisk.
Amartya.
Yeah. And Kim's Convenience was also a great shout.
Oh yes, and that
Great
was like my
shout.
city, bro. Like that was
Oh
shot in
yeah,
Toronto.
exactly.
So
You must have related hard. Yeah.
loved
Lovely
Kim.
show, lovely show.
I'll tell you a fantastic story. In my last 5 years in Toronto, that was the first time I lived in the same place for an extended period of time, because before that my life was 4 months of university, 4 months of work, because I was in a co-op program. So that's how those programs work. You have to have like 20 or 16, I think 16 months of internships to graduate. It's like basically a course.
Got
so
it,
after
okay.
every 4 months of school, I was moving out and going and living in some random part of Toronto to work for 4 months. So I was a nomad in Canada for 6 years, 6 bloody years, right? I did not have a stable base over there. And then finally, I moved into an apartment, which was a hole in a wall, but it was close to a subway station. And I love to travel and I love to party, so I needed to spend that money elsewhere. So I had to compromise somewhere, and my living situation is where I compromised. But my apartment was on top of a store called Kim's. It was a Kim's convenience, and it was owned by the Kims, and the entire place was owned by the Kims. And yeah, they were my landlords. And I was like, oh, I'm living real life Kim's convenience.
That's interesting. But
Yeah.
great show. Great show. Really loved it.
It was, again, could have maybe tied things up nicely towards the end, which I don't
Fair,
think
fair,
they did. Yeah, we've got a super chat that I entirely missed. It's by Andy B 2021, who says, how funny is it that CSK are one loss behind RCB's God squad and an RR team on a magical run with the least talented squad in the IPL after injuries? I don't know about that, man. Like, Vaibhav alone really ups the talent meter for me. But yes, CSK are outside, they've got an outside chance of making it to the playoffs. Although 2 games versus LSG, who've just beaten RCB, that if they win both of them, then we'll have this conversation. I don't think they're winning both. I think they probably win one and drop one.
Fair.
But let's see. Anyway, what else do we have?
Red State Development is also a great shout. I'm
I
a
haven't
big
watched
Jason
that.
Bateman fan. Oh, that's sad. You should.
Amartya, what do I have to repeat? Saving Gracie Darling, the show that you like? I'm sorry,
No,
man.
Amartya
Conversation
meanwhile
is-
had asked us if what are our favorite dark comedies, and if we do like dark comedies. I'm a fan of dark comedies.
I love dark comedies. I'll really have to think right now though, because my brain isn't working.
I love the British ones. Snatch, Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels. That was also damn good.
Seinfeld fans, not me, unfortunately. Jared loves Seinfeld, so he's
Oh
always
yeah, I
quoting
also love
Seinfeld.
Seinfeld. Yeah.
Atul, man, I don't support anyone in the NHL. I barely watched any hockey because the Maple Leafs sucked. And they get ruined by the Boston Bruins every time they make the playoffs when I was there. But I liked watching Sidney Crosby and that Russian bloke whose name I've forgotten. He's really good. Forgotten his
What
name
show
entirely.
is this?
No, this is NHL. This is hockey, ice hockey.
Oh,
He asked me a question.
Fair.
Yeah, Singer Friends is obviously goated in terms of sitcoms because we all kind of grew up with it, right? Or at least I did. I was watching Friends when it was on. So that tells you a thing or two about how old I am. Haven't watched Fargo.
Barry is a great shout. Very underrated. Have you watched
No.
Barry? Oh, Behram.
No, I haven't.
I'll just give you a one-line description. It's so wacky. It's so wild. So it's about this gun for hire who's just going around killing people. And one day he has to kill someone who's like an actor or who's teaching theater to people. He walks into a class and he falls in love with acting. And he decides to now become an actor. So wacky, it's so wild. It's a damn good show. You should really watch it. Amazing.
I might watch it. What else do we have over here? Good conversation, this. Amartya has never watched Friends. Shocker, honestly.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting.
And let me just... Oh, yeah. Andy B has given me the name of the Russian. It's Ovechkin. It was Ovechkin. Yeah, it's just Crosby and Ovechkin. I enjoyed watching those guys play hockey. Right towards the end of my stint in Canada, Austin Matthews started becoming a thing, but I checked out by then. I was a Toronto Raptors guy, but only because I hated Golden State Warriors. So for me, it was anyone but the Warriors while I was in Canada. And the Raptors won when I was there. So yeah, Kawhi Leonard will forever remain a legend for me. Wow, Varun. I mean, he's just name dropped How I Met Your Mother, but boy, did that show just drop off big time. The last time How I Met Your Mother was entertaining or funny was when Barney started dating Robin. During their relationship, the show just went to complete shit. That's how I feel, at least. You know that picture in which the first half of the drawing of the horse is great, and then the drawing gets progressively worse? That was How I Met Your Mother for me.
The last season was such a disappointment. Like, it ruined the series for me. I genuinely don't like it. That's the one sitcom where I don't mind going as far as to say that I hate it.
Honestly, I only watched the last season because I was like, I've committed this long, I might as well just finish this. And I wish I hadn't. Because I was done with the show before that.
Yeah.
Modern Family is great, but Modern Family for me, Shubhan, there was some PTSD involved because I used to watch it with my ex, and when that relationship broke off, I was like, I can't go back to this. It's evoking. Although now we're in a place where I could probably rewatch it. Like, I've watched the first 2 seasons like thrice, unfortunately.
Damn. Yeah.
Yeah, but I love Jay Pritchett. He was my favorite character in that show. Guy's funny as hell. Anyway. What else do we have? Fleabag I haven't watched. I
Oh, damn
am
good,
concerned, Karthik, that they will fuck up The Boys season 5. I'm super concerned. 2.5 Men was a decent casual watch. I don't need to know what's going on. Charlie Sheen's dating someone new. His brother's messing that relationship up for him. And a 6. Big, mighty 6 up and over deep mid-wicket for Cameron Green, which takes Kolkata to 41 for 2 and 5.2 overs. Alrighty. Succession I thought was overrated, Mehfooz. Honestly.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm not saying that it was bad. Don't get me wrong. I feel like everyone spoke of it like it was Game of Thrones in the earlier seasons, and it wasn't that show. It was just Nepo babies fighting it out.
No, but I
one
still
good
think
twist.
it's.
One good
But
twist.
I still think it's one of the, like, I don't know, just once again, I'm a fan of, sort of watching
Brian
realism
Cox?
and then what it must be like. Like,
I would
it's
never
sort of-
watch that show without Brian Cox in it because he was the
Oh,
saving
of
grace. for me.
course. I'm
Him
not Brian
and,
Cox.
and the
Brian
crazy
Cox
child.
saying fuck off.
The
Yeah.
Macaulay's
Kieran
brother.
Culkin.
Kieran Culkin and Brian Cox. That's it. And Tom, whatever the fuck Tom's name is, that was a great character.
There's a subreddit that's filled with just Brian Cox saying fuck off. And it's so good. Just the way he says it. Oh, man.
Yeah.
It's too good.
Suman, House of Cards is cancelled, bro. We don't talk about that shit anymore. And I did watch the first 2 seasons. For me, the perfect part to stop watching was when, Robin Wright becomes president. Sorry for the spoiler, but it's been a while, guys. Please. It's not a spoiler at this point. Vadara Dharshan, Invincible, I do watch. I like it. Not as much as The Boys, maybe, but it might end up being better than The Boys the way this season is going. All right. I think that's enough TV shows. Let's start focusing on this game again. Or actually, there's nothing much to focus on. Yeah.
No, I really thought
Dead
you were
game.
going to say that's enough TV shows. Let's focus on movies now. So yeah, what movies are we watching?
I've actually watched a lot more TV shows in this last decade or decade and a half than I've watched movies, I'll be honest. I used to be big on the MCU until they ruined that as well. So I'm not caught up with the MCU. I think I'm not caught up. I haven't watched Daredevil or whatever.
I have not watched a single movie from the Marvel or DC universe. I was never a fan of superheroes. Yeah, just completely
DC for
stayed
me
away
is-
from it.
DC for me is only the Black Knight trilogy, and everything else is garbage. Marvel, the way the last Avengers movie that we had kind of peaked, I don't think they can replicate that. But you wouldn't know anything about that either. Amartya is saying Superman. I haven't watched any of those movies either, apart from the very first movie, which had Christopher Reeve in it. That one I've watched. Yeah. And this one I've heard good stuff about, but I think a lot of that good stuff is just people crushing hard on Rachel Brosnahan or whatever her name is. All right, so we've got another super chat by Naveen Paidi. He says, do you guys think a Ted Lasso style cricket show will work? Haven't watched Ted Lasso, but people love it, so maybe it will.
It's a pretty good show. I've seen the first couple of seasons. I've not seen the third one. So, hey, have you seen Shrinking? Speaking of sitcoms.
I have. Shrinking is brilliant. I love the
Damn.
combo of Harrison Ford and the How I Met Your Mother guy.
Jason Segel? Yeah,
Jason Segel. Yeah, I like that combo. I thought that was a very smart show. It was quite interesting. I think the third
Loved it.
season, I'll definitely be looking forward to that. Shrinking, yeah, that's a really solid shout, actually. I forgot that I watched it.
Yeah.
Hello to you too, Naushin Pathan. Good to see you here. I haven't watched the new Batman. I've only watched the Dark
Wait,
Knight.
who are you
trilogy.
referring to?
Just the comments, man. All right, what else is... so I'm actually of the opinion, and this is an unpopular opinion, that the last Dark Knight movie was better than the Heath Ledger one. Again, you might not know much about this, and you're
Lost
also on
there.
mute. Oh, you've lost me? I'm not sure
Sorry,
if
I
you were
lost
the
you
one.
completely for the last 10-15 seconds.
Oh. I'm saying that my unpopular opinion is that I prefer the last Dark Knight movie to the Heath Ledger one, the Bane one. And Karthik, I haven't watched Project Hail Mary yet. Don't think I will either. I've seen enough of that space age crap. Like too many of those movies out there. If you really recommend it, I might. But
I didn't watch Project.
have you?
It's a good movie, but I would say that's a movie that I thought was really hyped. It was a good movie. It's generally a good movie, worth a watch. But yeah, like people have been comparing it to Interstellar and been like, it's much better than I didn't feel that way. But a good movie, nice watch.
Interstellar is actually such a
Martian
good
is much
space
better.
movie. Martian was alright. I didn't mind it. But Interstellar is kind of the one for me. Like Armageddon back in the day.
Yeah.
I mean, Bruce Willis sacrificing himself so that Liv Tyler can have a happy life. Who doesn't like that? And you know what?
fair.
I never really cry in movies until it's like a father-daughter thing happening, which happens in Armageddon. And there was a cut for 4 by Finn Allen, and he smashed a 6 down the ground
Yeah.
as well. So just to update you on the game, Kolkata are moving briskly, or not as briskly, but they're moving steadily towards the target. They are now 55 for 2 and 6.4 overs. So there are levels to this, right, Akshay? Cried in Armageddon, because obviously, very heroic by Bruce Willis. Cried in Blow at the end of Blow, if you watch that movie, the Johnny Depp one. Okay, you should. If you have to watch a movie with your girlfriend, you are going to watch Blow on some sort of pirated site next up. Yeah, that's what you're doing.
It's just that Blow is not a very appropriate name for a very good movie.
It's
is all I'll
about
say, but-
cocaine, bro. It's not that other kind of blow.
Oh.
Yeah.
Again,
All right.
okay,
so
fair.
it's a
Is it like
based on
Requiem for a Dream or something like that?
No, it's based on a true story. So it's about how cocaine came to America.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I cried at the end of Blow, but here's where it gets funny. I cried at the end of Click Man, the Adam Sandler movie.
Why?
Because when he's
Why?
flipping off the guy in the Speedo and he's having a moment with his family and he's dying and he recognizes how he's fucked up in his life using the remote too much, I was like, fuck, man. That's really sad. And I watched it in theaters in America, so Jared and Rob really took the piss out of me when they
I
learned
can
that
see
I
why.
cried at the end of Click. Yeah.
I think the last time I cried, I watched this Hindi movie called 12th Fail. I don't know if you've heard of it.
Oh yeah,
It's-
I can see how you cried in that one.
That movie, yeah.
It was
that
a
movie
really
was-
good movie.
yeah,
Another
yeah.
true story, right? So that hits a different note.
True,
Fantastic
true.
work by I think it's Vikrant Massey, right?
Yeah, Vikrant Massey. Yes.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
really good actor.
That, and there was another movie called Secret Superstar. I think these were the last two movies I cried for. That came a while back. That came like 8 years ago. I don't know if you've heard of this. It's an Amir
I haven't
Khan
heard of
movie.
that one. No, I haven't watched that
it's-
one.
Since you like, since you said you cry about father-daughter things, relationships and all of that, this is that, but not exactly father-daughter. But it's a damn good movie. It's a tearjerker. My mom and I went to the theater to watch this. My mom's cried bucket loads, and I'm trying to
Damn.
console her, and I'm also not being able to hold back my tears. But it's a damn good movie.
So
Damn good.
apparently, both of my siblings now, who are pretty old men, like my brother's nearly 50, my sister's in her mid-40s, they both
Okay.
have watched Michael separately in theaters and they both have cried. So let's see
Oh.
if I cry or not day after tomorrow, because that's when we've decided to watch the movie.
Okay, let's see if the troika is completed or not.
Edged for 4 by Finn Allen. And
I'll
yeah,
take it any.
the boundaries are coming pretty quickly now for KKR. Kuldeep hasn't had the best of IPLs, so that's not a great start for him, I assume, or suppose. And 60 for 2 Kolkata and 7.2 overs.
Also, Karthik has said that I look like Vikrant Massey. I don't know if it's a compliment
No,
directed at
I
me or
don't-
an insult directed at Vikrant.
I don't
He's a
think
good-looking man.
I don't think you look like Vikrant Massey. I think you look better than Vikrant Massey,
Oh.
honestly.
All right. Again, this is the part. 2 hours, 28 minutes, 35 seconds. This is the part that we clipped and shared with my girlfriend. That's it.
Yeah.
Just watch this.
Also,
Come back.
Aldehyde, I am a real unk spiritually, but I am only still 32 years of age. So let's not push ourselves.
Speaking of uncles, we've got someone
Yes.
joining us.
We've got
All right,
the youngest
children,
uncle, the
pair of
slutty
kids.
pumpkin.
That's
Rob
what
Barron.
they call me.
Yep.
How's it going?
It's going all right, man. It's been a shit game, but we've had fun in this stream. I've
What
enjoyed my
happened,
time with Akshay.
What happened in the first innings? What happened to the pitch? Was it the pitch, or
I
did they
don't-
just stop trying to score runs?
I think they were just bad. I mean, the pitch was slightly, or it seemed to be slightly on the slower side, but based on this 6 down the ground by Finn Allen, don't think there are many demons in this pitch, or maybe it's gotten better to bat on. But yeah, the spinners did really well.
To score 11 runs in 5 overs. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. At one point, Akshay was 6 of 15. He ended 11 of 22. So, I mean, yeah, Rob, that's what happened. And Narayan was brilliant. Varun got injured. Varun might be done for the IPL season. And that's a wicket. Oh, no, he's dropped it. Right in time for Rob Barron. There is a dropped catch.
That's Stubbs, isn't it?
And then they say that these things aren't
You
scripted.
said Stubbs.
That is straight.
I did. That's two. That's two for me. I called the Virat Kohli wicket, the Prince wicket, and now in the first innings, Rob, there was a super chat which asked that now that Karun's not playing, who's going to drop the catches for Delhi? And I said Stubbs.
Well, he should have caught that. I mean, they're going to lose anyway, but he really should have caught that.
Yeah. Do better, Hugo Weaving. All right. So, how was your day, Rob?
I've just been extremely busy with my day job, regrettably. And I can't really talk about why because it's integrity stuff, but it's disappointing that I've been so busy.
Damn.
Come on, cricket. Just stop cheating, everyone.
I mean, cricket hates you because you were greeted to a dropped catch, which is probably the second worst thing for you after cheating.
Yeah, it's like cheating is like jokes aside is dreadful and shouldn't happen. But drop catches, that is the actual bane of my life, and I would be living in a solid gold house now if anyone could catch in this IPL. Instead, I'm begging for money on the streets.
Akshay, I was on with Rob for Ashes Test review shows, and you can only imagine how fun they were because of all the dropped catches.
Fun for you.
Yeah.
That's the first one I think that I've seen today. I've not been able to watch this really close, but has there been any others? I saw some comedy midfield.
I had it toughy in the first innings, but that wasn't so much a catch.
Yeah.
Who was
a
that?
pretty tough one.
Manish Pandey.
Yeah.
Oh, did
I
he
think-
get
I
a go
think-
at fielding? Did he?
I think that fell short,
Yeah.
Akshay. A lot of people in the comments were saying that
that's
fell
true, that's
short.
true.
Unknown,
Yeah, yeah.
nobody
It was-
said it fell short, so I'm going to trust him. Anukul dropped one. Yes, you're right.
Oh, yeah,
Ayush.
Anukul did drop one.
Yeah.
No, did
All right.
he drop one or did he misfield one and then
No.
he took a fantastic
That was a
catch?
misfield, wasn't it? I don't know if that was
Yeah,
a drop.
I didn't
can't-
see any
he
drops. I
caught-
saw the misfield.
Yeah, he caught a brilliant one. Andy B with the super chat says, who has the least talented starting 11 in the IPL? See, talent is such a hard thing to measure because you could have a shit record and you could be uber talented, right? Are you talking or asking in terms of like hitting prowess or like a more complete team, balance? Add some more context to this.
No,
Yeah,
I get
talent is
it. It's not who's the best team or who's the worst team. It's who's got the least talent in it, right? Let's rule some out. RCB got boatloads of talent, so it's not them.
Yeah.
SRH, loads of talent.
Yep.
Punjab
Punjab have got the
Mumbai have
opening
Bumrah, so their talent points are off the scale. Rajasthan
Rajasthan have Vaibhav. So
Jofra,
they're
the child, Jai as well.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's definitely not them.
ruled out.
Punjab, it's
Oh
not
my
them.
God.
Don't need to list the name.
Is it CSK?
I think it's yeah, it's not Gujarat because they've got Rashid Khan and Gill, Anton Hassan and Josh Butler. So it's not them. LSG actually have plenty of talent. They just completely misuse it all the time. I don't think
Yep.
it's them.
Hmm.
Delhi, quite a lot of talent in this team. Stark and Geedy, Stubbs, KL, Nisanka. That's loads of talent. Axar. Don't think it's
It's
them.
CSK. It's
It's
definitely
between KKR. It's not them. Chakravarti Narayan, Allen. It's definitely not them.
CSK have Noor and they have Chakravarti and
We've
Narayan,
landed on
so-
Chennai, haven't we? It's Brevis, but he hasn't done anything this season. The answer to your question is Chennai, and we just
Sorry,
already won.
Varun.
Actually, thought
Chakravarti. Sorry, Varun. I'll have a
I'm
comment.
not going to say anything because I genuinely think that was a very leading question from Andy, who is a certified Chennai fan, who wants
damn.
me to say Chennai.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, exactly. There you go. He's already said we had more talent. So he or she is a Chennai fan. I'm assuming it's a he going by Andy, but yeah.
Yeah, but
not gonna say
Andy's also
CSK.
said that I think it's CSK and that we're getting on a well-drilled bowling attack in Sanju. I mean, Sanju exists, Ayush Matre, Noor. But if you compare it to the other squads, then I don't know, man. Like, I like Ramakrishna, but are we putting him in that bracket?
But he's gone now. He's also enjoyed himself. He's ruled out
Oh,
of
wow.
the season.
Really liked his action.
Yeah.
Like
I
the way
also
he
liked
loaded.
him. I actually like what I'd seen of him.
Yeah. Although, yet to be impressed by Prashant Veer, because a lot of people were raving about him, and I mean,
He's been alright.
yeah. Akil is good. He's clinical. He knows how to do his thing. He is talented, of course. All of these guys are talented, right? But this is a slightly subjective question. We've already answered it. CSK is the answer. Move on. Move on.
Yeah, we broke it down. I wasn't biased. You asked a question. I went through all the teams, and it's actually Chennai. So that's that. Next.
I actually love the way Rob deduced it and reached the conclusion that Chennai is the least talented team.
That's it. Done. Fact.
This game needs to finish early. Come on, Finn Allen. This has to be the game. And he's pumped that down to long off for a single. They don't want this, do they? Who cares about net run rate? Jumpsuit says, if the IPL is 6 months, will a foreign player be comfortable living in India for that time? I mean, if the paycheck is good enough, I don't think they'll have issues, man. Yeah. Also, like I said, if you keep the deal or the contract in a way that you get paid for every game that you are available for selection, that way it works. You're incentivizing sticking around, and some people will be like, nah, man, I really do love to play for my country, so I'm going to be missing for 5 games. That's also, or maybe not 5 games, maybe the tour is shorter. Again, you won't be missing a lot of games because you'll be having weekly games. That's the whole point. All right. Triple Strokes says, what's your favorite AB innings? That's a tough one, man. I mean, AB de Villiers has so many innings. I'd take the one in Australia in which they chased down 400 plus in the 4th innings. That test match. I don't know how many he scored, but he definitely had a role to play in that.
That was 2012 or 2008? Which series was it?
Man, they're all jumbled up in my head now, but I want to say 2012, maybe? Yeah.
Same. Yeah.
Just seeing if this book can tell me.
Can someone check this, man? How many did he score? I don't think he scored a ton. I don't actually think he scored a ton in that innings, but it was a fantastic chase. There's another blockathon in India in which he plays out like 1,000 deliveries. Doesn't score many runs, but that was a show of pure grit.
Sorry, there was one in Delhi. That was Delhi, I believe. That was a fantastic performance.
Yeah. Zinch is saying his favorite AB innings is when he dead batted at Adelaide for 220 balls. You know what? Faf has a great dead batting innings in Australia as well. Yeah, I remember
Wasn't
that
that
one.
on debut?
Yes, it
Adelaide
was.
2020. Yeah, that was on debut. Adelaide 2012, if I'm not wrong. That was
Rob, do you have your answer yet? Are you going through all the AB hundreds? Is that
No,
what
it's
you're doing
not.
right now?
It's not 100. I think it might be the. I did enjoy the 43 off 297 against India.
Yeah.
I mean, was it a great innings because they ended up losing, didn't they?
Armline AB, right? Those guys shut up shop.
It has to be an innings where he's won a game. It's not anything in a World Cup. We know that much.
Yeah. 400
IPL?
chase. How
IPL,
many
it's
did he
the Dale
score?
Steyn one, right?
Did he score 80 odd in the 400 chase?
Don't know.
Oh,
Can't remember.
no. Are you talking about the game, the 150 he scored versus West Indies?
No. That the one that he scored in like 10 minutes against the West Indies, that was fun.
Yeah, exactly.
So-
That was
so
the
that one-
31 ball turn.
He wasn't meant to be playing. He was really ill. He was on a drip, I
Yeah.
think, the night before.
Yeah,
and
that's
they basically said, do you fancy going out?
And he went full Michael Jordan.
Yeah, that one was some of the most freakish hitting I've ever seen, I think.
150 or 57 or something like that. That was bizarre.
No, it was 149 or 44, right?
Whoa.
And that day, talking about betting, right? I backed De Villiers to be the top run scorer at the most ridiculous odds in the world, right? Like 200 to 1, 100 to 1. And I was just like, this is so flat. And back then, it was the power play at the end where they had the less fielders outside, right? So there was boatloads of runs at the end of these innings. And I was like, AB can win this. It was Amler and Riley Rosso, wasn't it, having the partnership? And what happens is when they get to like 25 overs and both of those guys are 80 red or whatever it was, the models for betting say that no one else can win the top run scorer. And I was like, well, AB can still bat 3 and win this. And as it happened, when he came in, it was like there would be no offers on the odds for ages because he couldn't possibly win. But obviously then what happened. And when it came down to it, right, he needed, hang on, I'm going to have to look it up. AB got 149. Amler got 153. Right, so AB needed another 4, and let's see how it went. The last over, AB is 5 behind Amler, 6 behind on strike. He gets a 2, and he's got 4 balls left. 4 balls left, and he gets out. Smash one to deep cover, and if that had gone for 6, I'd have won. I think it would have been the most I'd ever won in my life on a game. So I definitely remember that innings. That was awesome. That hitting, like all round the ground, he just picked everything up, and he was sick as well. So God knows what was going on.
He was the original fall over and hit you for 6 guy, right? Like, and he did it in a different way as well. Like it was more aesthetically pleasing, I suppose, than Rishabh, or even Harry Brook does it now. Harry Brook has his own version of that shot.
But another ABD innings from the IPL would be IPL 2016 qualifier 1, RCB versus Gujarat. RCB were 29 for 5, then 68 for 6. They were chasing 160. He single-handedly won them the game, and that was some performance.
Yeah. So that's a lot of AB innings for you, triple strokes. Thank you for the super chat. Hope
the Dale Steyn one though, when he took Dale Steyn down and belted him inside out over extra cover for 6. That's one of the best shots I've ever seen.
For sure. Taken charges me.
What's going on in the game? We've got KKR at 75 for 2 in 10 overs, so boring. And another super chat, this time by Ocam Stazer. God bless anyone that has the patience to finish a book written by A.B. de Villiers. Never has such an electric play style been paired with a duller personality. I know a few people who share your sentiment.
As far as cricket books go, I think
they never write them themselves, do they?
No, I think the most boring one I've read is Sachin's, and the second most boring is AB's, because it's just basically a big long list of what games they played in and how many runs they scored. It's like, I knew that because I probably watched them as Alan flicks one down the leg side off his stumps. That's a shot.
Ramp for 6, which takes him past 50. Is that his first half century of the season?
It's the first time he's got to the end of the power play this season, mate. But they did drop him for most of it, to be fair, because they're idiots.
It's a slowish 50 by his standards, 32 ball half century, but a brilliant shot to get there. Shuffled, ramped, got 6, and now KKR are a bit closer to the target. Lovely. 81 for 2 in, 10.1 overs or something like that. I haven't read the Sachin book, but everyone has the same opinion, Rob.
Yeah, I mean, if you it's called Playing It My Way, and there's like maybe one interesting paragraph where he talks about driving around in England because he doesn't want to be seen and stuff. Like if there's a bit more of that, like actually what goes on in somebody that good's head, it would have been good. And there's a bit about the chapel stuff, but mainly it's just a book of I played in this game and I scored this many, and then I played in this game and I scored that many. And De Villiers' book is very, very similar. Read Chris Gale's if you want a fun one.
Shoaib's book is really entertaining.
Is it? I haven't seen that. I haven't seen that for sale over here.
I've heard Wasim's is a fun one as well. I haven't read that.
I read that Sultan Swing. That's damn good. It's not damn good, but it's good. It's good.
Gideon wrote that as well, so I bet it'll be a good watch, or not a watch, but a good read.
Drop, I think.
Is that a drop?
I think so. Well, he hit it straight to the field and it went through him, and they've got 2. I don't know whether he just misfielded it or dropped it. Let's watch it on the other screen. Yeah. That's a drop. That's Aksar, who is having a bad IPL with 2 of his facets. Yeah, should have caught that.
That is a drop, man. and that's the second drop of this innings. Delhi haven't been.
Aye,
a good
aye,
fielding
aye.
team,
That's
so-
straightforward, buddy. That's straightforward. Come on.
So we all know, right, that cricket is designed just to annoy me. That's the only reason this sport exists. And
I mean,
nobody
we
drops a
didn't-
catch all day. I join this
Yes.
thing, and they're dropping them every 5 seconds.
This is not even the first time this has happened since I've rejoined, right? Like, you come on or pop on the stream, and all of a sudden, dropped catches are like, we're here as well. But yeah, that's not particularly surprising that Delhi are dropping catches, and it's not surprising either that Sachin's book was boring because it was written by Boria. It's in the name.
Tino best book's funny. That's quite a funny one.
Mind the windows.
Yeah, that's quite funny.
Oh yeah, mind the windows. Yeah.
What else is there? I'm just looking at my bookshelf, but most of the cricket books are underneath me.
We need Jared for this.
I want to read. Hey, Ashwin's book was nice, by the way. I have the streets.
I
was
would
written by
imagine his
Siddharth
book would be nice. It's just a generally very intelligent person. So
Yeah, that was good. And why am I blanking out on the name right now? I want to read Maxwell's book. Yeah, I haven't found it.
I
near me,
do.
but
I haven't. I've got it, but I haven't got to it yet. I'm reading Robin Smith's at the moment. I've usually got like 5 or 6 books on the go, but Maxwell hasn't hit the rotation. But I haven't had any days off in this in 2026 yet. So
Rob,
when I have a holiday, I'm going to read a load of books.
2 questions for you, Rob. Number 1, is Johnny Bairstow going to write another autobiography? And have you read the first one?
Probably yes, and yes, I have, and that's really sad. That book.
Halfway through his career, right? He hadn't even achieved as much as he had in later years, and he released a book.
I think a lot of it was about his dad and his tough childhood, rather than because of his dad, rather than the cricket stuff. But yeah, that's a sad read, Johnny Bairstow's.
Okay.
Some of Broad's is quite funny, but Broad's released like 6.
Jimmy's also had multiple books, right?
Not read his latest one. I've got that. I've not read that yet.
I haven't even read the Imran Khan book, actually.
But if you want a great book, right? And my favorite book, and I have read a disgusting amount of books. I constantly read, absolutely love it. Is a book that you will really struggle to find, because I had this book. Somebody gave it to me. And then I lent it to somebody who buggered off with it, and I was without the book for about 10 years, and I kept looking for it, and eventually I found it on eBay somewhere. It's called All In by a fella called Mitchell Simons, and I've seen now that there is one on Amazon, so go and buy it if you're watching this. It's amazing. It's about it's not a true story, it's fictional, but there must be a load of truth in it. It's about a degenerate gambler who constantly bets, but it's very funny. It's really, really funny.
So you could basically relate to it.
Very much so. Yeah, it's really funny. It's a very, very good book.
You should. I mean, since you like, stuff around gambling and everything, you should watch this movie called 99. It's a Hindi movie. It's an Indian movie. It's a dark comedy that's sort of centered around the 2000 match fixing scandal. So that's like the sentiment. So it's about
What's it called? 99.
Yeah, it's called 99.
I'm going to make a note
he's
of that.
writing it down on his little notebook.
You should. It's on Prime. It's a genuinely good movie. It's a genuinely good movie.
Rock back and 6. So Finn Allen is enjoying himself. He's taken Kuldeep to the cleaners, and Kolkata are now 94 for 2 and 11.1 overs. Should be an early day, as I wanted. Another one, Finn. Come on. Oh, nearly
Good shot, that.
cleaned him up over there.
There's
Akshay, there's this show. I cannot remember the platform that it's on for the life of me. But it's on cricket. It's an Indian show, and it is one of the most bizarre stories ever. Inside Edge. There's murder, there's match fixing. People are boning left, right, and center.
Yeah.
Everything's happening.
The first season was still in the realm of reality. The second season just goes bonkers. They just go like the cricketers fucking every cheerleader inside. Fixing's going on as though it's nothing.
That's got to be the biggest 6 of the night, by the way.
Yeah, he's
Cameron
got hold
Green,
of all of that.
Yeah. He rocks back and pulls Kuldeep Yadav to Gurgaon.
Kuldeep is going for an absurd amount of 6s in this IPL. Kuldeep has gone for more 6s than any other cricketer in this IPL. And last game that we did, every over he bowled a 6 ball. And that pitch was helpful for him, right? That should have been helpful for him, as should this one slightly. It looks like it's flattened out a fair bit, this pitch, to be fair. But he is bowling rank balls every over that he bowls, and that's not Kuldeep, is it? Something's going on with him, because his last few games, he's been rubbish. That's a half tracker nearly. And that is something to keep an eye on, because he is only about a year ago where he was one of the most informed guys, maybe 18 months ago. And that it's not that he's suddenly gone rubbish. He's just bowling 1 or 2 every over that are garbage. But the amount of I think that's like 27 sixes he's been hit for now in this IPL. That is loads.
I mean, he's been hit for 2 sixes in this very over in the exact same fashion. I think the guy who really broke him recently was Daryl Mitchell, because he kept scooping him, right? And good length deliveries as well off his hips. So I don't know. I feel like Deepak has spoken about this as well, that Kuldeep's doing something funky or different with his run up, in the sense that, the non-bowling arm is doing something different. Now, you'll have to talk to Deepak about that. I'm no expert. But something's definitely off with Kuldeep Yadav, because he's way better bowler than this, right? And I don't know.
Yeah, I think when you have Kuldeep and Axar as 2, Indian players in an IPL team, that sounds amazing on paper, but Axar can't bat anymore for some reason. Like, he hasn't got a run in the whole tournament, and today was torture. And Kuldeep isn't landing it, and that is a lot of the reason why they're dead in this tournament. They've lost some games that they were decent favourites to win at certain stages, but if those 2 aren't turning up every game, you're going to struggle, aren't you?
After the Punjab game, it's going to be tough work for any team to pick yourself back up. But like, when I talked to Jared about this, he was like, okay, you just put that on the side as one of those games that, okay, we'd never talk about this again, we forget about it. But it hasn't really been all roses and butterflies for them, because they were 3-5 earlier in the season.
Yeah, that feels like a long time ago, doesn't it?
That was an eternity ago. And this last over by Kuldeep has gone for 16 runs. Kolkata now 104 for 2 in 12 overs. So I'm going to give them 4 overs. 4 overs to chase this down. Yeah. I'm being generous. And we've got 2 more super chats.
If Alan gets on strike, he could get 4 sixes in this over. Because Vipraj is going to try and rip it now. And as he should.
He'll bowl at least 2 half trackers, if not. So that's good.
2 more rock back and pulls for 6 then. Let's make it 4 in 2 overs. Anyway, we shall find out soon enough. Laughing at Nothing with another super chat asks, anyone remember the boring Sachin docu-movie? I haven't watched that.
I did.
You
it
did?
was a nothing burger. Yeah, it was a nothing burger. Just like the book, there was nothing new. We all know all of this. Just give us something new. And what was upsetting about the book was, I personally wanted to know so much about the 90s era, the fixing, and there was so many rumors coming out. Say something. I'm not saying come up with names. I'm not saying be scandalous. But say something. How can you be so diplomatic and vanilla?
Man, there is a Sachin rumor going around the internet these days, which is one of the most bizarre rumors I've ever heard in my life. I'm guessing it's not true because it's absolute rubbish, but fuck, that was in the book. There's the 6.
There's 1. Yeah. It won't be the last this over if he doesn't get him out. If he faces 4 balls, he's getting 3 sixes.
He's toe-ended that over long off for 6, hasn't he? Like, he didn't even middle it.
So strong. Remember that this team, he got 28 in an over at the start of this tournament, Finn Allen. And for that, they dropped him, obviously. This team, who are not going to qualify for the playoffs, dropped this player that you're watching smashing good bowlers all over the park here. Bang!
Oh, there it is! Rock back and pull for 6. We are fortune tellers. Don't bother watching the game. Just watch these watch-alongs.
I mean, he's got that one. That is junk. To be fair, that is junk.
He called it Akshay. He said half tracker, and our guy VIP Raj delivered.
VIP Raj. But yeah, sorry, Bairam, you were saying something. I'm curious.
I don't even remember. I don't want to talk about that actually because I don't believe in that rumor. But it's a weird fucking rumor, man. Like that
I have
shit.
a feeling I know what you're talking about, and I've been told by credible folks, by folks who shared a dressing room with him, that it's true. I have a feeling what you're talking about.
I'm not saying anything, man. I don't want to get banged. Third 6 of the over. Again, this time over long off. That was also pretty huge, man. Like, they're not just hitting 6s, they're hitting balls way outside of Delhi at this point. And it's the Finn Allen and Cam Green show. Or more so Finn Allen show because Cam Green is 30 of 24. But Yeah, the wrist spinners are being taken apart by Kolkata Knight Riders. Anyway, we've got a couple more super chats. Our friend Abhay, who loves to gamble himself, says, won all bets in the Pakistan-Bangladesh test, gave all in this game. So, commiserations. We feel
The
for you.
hand strikes and gives a flower. It's the it's annoying when it goes that way round, right? Because if you'd have lost all your bets in the test and then won all your bets here, you'd be feeling great. But because you won all your bets earlier and then you lost them all in this, you're feeling shit. And that's the life of a gambler. What I would say is this is something that I used to do a lot in my younger days, is just fall into the trap of thinking I needed to bet on everything. Whereas when I got a bit better at it and I got a bit older, I was like, I have to ignore some of the cricket, right? I have to, because I'm going to specialize on this cricket and I'm going to put all my energy into it. So if I'm doing the IPL, I can't be doing loads of stuff up to the start of the IPL. I can't be doing all the T20s and the bilaterals and everything else. I have to get my head into the IPL, right? So it's 2 weeks of IPL stats, find out about all these players, the young kids, the ones that have been signed at the auction for big money, Kartik Sharma, those sort of guys. Rather than being all in. And I know people that have like betting FOMO, where it's like, well, I have to bet on everything, or well, what if a crazy game happens and I'm not doing it? You'll just be too tired. Your brain won't function well enough to be on it.
So,
Unless,
I'll
like
tell
me, you can function on zero sleep for hundreds of days at once.
Yeah, I'll tell you my betting story, right? So it was back in late 2014. I made $1,000 out of 20 betting on cricket, test cricket, and basketball, and we bought a PlayStation. I'll tell you exactly what I did for my cricket bets. Pakistan would be playing test cricket in the UAE, and every Rahat Ali over I'd bet unders, right? So if he doesn't concede a boundary, it's sure shot money, and he didn't concede many boundaries. And if you're watching those games, you're like, okay, they're just not going to attack him. He's going to continue to bowl in the same area, and bam, money on money on money. And then the World Cup came, and I was like, this is going to be so much fun. I'm going to make so much money. I've cracked the code. I made money off Sangha as he scored 100 after 100 after 100. And then there was this one South Africa game, okay? I had $400 up. I was 400 up, right? And South Africa playing some shit team. I can't remember who it was, but it was a shit team. And South Africa were really good. And AB was ABing. And I went full on in that they're going to score 400. And I kept betting. I was like, no. If not 400, 380. If not 380, 370. I was 300 down. So I lost $700 on a single game. And that's the last time I bet money on any sort
Fair
of
enough.
stuff. Yeah.
Bang.
I was like,
By the way, if he does this right, so that's what, 4 balls out of his last 5 he's hit for 6 here, Finn Allen.
Yeah.
He could ton up, couldn't he?
He could.
If he goes 6-4-6.
Can he? Yes, he could. He could. They need to chase down 143. So they are 132 for 2 and 13.2 overs after, or 2 overs after this latest 6. He again toe ends the ball on the offside, up over long off for 6.
So if he goes 6-4-6, he's done it.
Yes, but does he care?
No, he doesn't.
He doesn't, right?
He's a lad, isn't he,
Anyway.
Finn Allen?
Commiserations, Abe, and Rob can definitely feel your pain. He hasn't won anything since he made all that money before Christmas when he said that test match will go to 5 days.
I mean, if you'd have cut the first 20 IPL off after 25 games, I would have been really happy with my IPL. Like, I had a really, really good season. And then I spent the next 25 games just knocking it out. I'm on Finn Allen man of the match today at 12-1. So I look forward to them giving it to Tyagi or Narayan maybe later on. He's got a 2 there. What does that do?
No,
Or is
it's
it
just
3?
Oh,
Or
yeah,
is
he
it
can still get it. 2 sixes. If he hits 2 sixes, he has 100.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, well played.
Yep.
2's a really good outcome. And it could be game over and the ton up
Yeah,
in
perfect.
the next few balls.
Or he could dot single and then take it to the next over.
No, Ram, why?
I mean, it could still happen if he's thinking along those lines, which I'm sure he isn't. He doesn't even know he's on 88 or 40.
Bang.
There we go.
Or
There
maybe
comes
he
the
does,
first
and
one.
that is out of the ground. Oh my God, that is actually in the top tier. That's into row Z times, I don't know, in the second alphabet.
This is
Row
where
52.
somebody's going to run on. Some IPL suit is going to run on now while they're looking for this ball, right? I bet this is happening at the ground. And they're going to go to Finn Allen Finn, you are not allowed to win the game off this ball because we want another strategic timeout. We want another ad break. Do as you're told.
Oh, well, the ball's back.
Oh, he
He's
went
gone
for
for
it.
it, and
throwed
he missed it. Well, it's still on. All we need from Cam Green is to take a single, and then Finn Allen can potentially turn up because he's 94 or 46, and that's over. 140 for 2 and 14. Kolkata, thank you for the early night off, by the way. Love you guys. Ajinkya Rahane, my man. I will never criticize you ever. I am on your team. Yeah. All right. We've got SPV90 with another super chat. He says AB's 122 versus Australia in 2018 was top class. Can't remember it, but I'm sure it was.
This was in South Africa, right? This was the whole, what's it called?
Oh, the Sandpaper Gate series?
Sandpaper Gate. Thank God. Why was I blanking out? Yeah, this was that series.
See, that series, the things I remember, Sandpaper and Davey Warner going off on Quinton de Kock. So those are the two things that I remember for that series.
I remember Faf du Plessis in a towel in that video.
Oh, is this the same series in which Faf used the external toffee thing in his mouth to shine the ball? Might be the same series, man. Honestly,
sure.
everything happened in that series.
Oh, that was
He
the
has
most
taken a
obvious
single.
single of all time then, by the way. Sorry.
Yes.
Should have
Cam Green
found a way
takes the
to bet on
single.
that.
Finn Allen has 2 runs to win, and he's 6 away from his done. So only a 6 can get him there. And Karthik Bro with the next super chat says, if good lengths are hard to hit, why bother going to Yorkers at the death? I mean, we've answered this question before. If you are good at banging in a good length, right? Or back of a length, then perhaps you do have a point. But we've seen this plenty of times where there's no need to bowl a Yorker and people still bowl them. On the flip side, if Yorker bowling is your strength, that still works. It's just that the margin of error is extremely low. You could have a
Bang.
slot ball.
Has he
He's done it.
connected though?
He's done it.
Oh, no. Fair
Finn
play.
Allen, with an umpteenth pull for 6, has gotten to his 100 of 47 deliveries. He'll walk back unbeaten, and Kolkata have won this game by 8 wickets and 34 balls to spare. Wow. Brilliant.
Yeah, Finn Allen must be thinking, this is what I can do, you fuckers. This is
Yeah,
why you should
I
have
mean-
had me in the team.
It's a proper Phil Allen massacre job right over there. And do you guys want to add anything to Karthik's super chat?
It's not as easy as, to be honest, you've added enough. Yeah.
We've
We all
had
want
the
an early
same
finish.
super chat and like every alternate watch along. So, yeah, man. I mean, also some guys are good at hitting the good length as well. Like Vaibhav Suryavanshi exists. But statistically, it's the safest ball. You're right about that. That might change in the future. It's an ever-evolving sport. So Varun actually clears it up over here. Yorkers are the most economical length. It's why they go for it. The issue is that if you miss the Yorker by an inch on either side, it's either slot ball or full toss. So it's a brave delivery to bowl. Although if you are a Malinga or an Umar Gul, you can get it right. But also, one last thing. You can ramp a Yorker if you get the ramp right. That is an option. Or a Bumrah.
Meanwhile, KKR has gone ahead of DC in the table. They're now placed 7th. Thanks to that 1 point they gained out of the Punjab encounter, which was rained out. So, yeah.
That's the point there, Relish. I mean, mathematically, KKR is still in it, but it's
They are.
only mathematically. I don't see it happening. DC, though,
It'll be-
done and dusted for me. Done and dusted. They've lost 7, haven't they? Once you lose 7, you need to have a very solid net run rate, and then you need to hope and pray.
No, once you're 7, you can just count yourself out. It's incredibly hard. What happened with RCB in 2024 was a very rare event, and they were very lucky. I don't think that kind of an outcome can be predicted or can be.
Yeah. Anyway, that'll be the end of the game. I'm assuming that Finn Allen will get player of the match, but honestly, it was the spinners in the first innings that completely derailed Delhi. And shout out to Anukul Roy, came back really strongly. Narayan went for 1 or 10 runs in his power play over, and then he ended up with figures of 4 overs, 1 for 17. So in 3 post power play overs, he conceded 7 runs and took a wicket. Varun Chakravarti bowled his last over on 1 leg, and he ended up with, I think, none for 28. Looked good for the first 3 overs. Yeah, I think it's been spin to win for Kolkata tonight versus Delhi. That is the main reason why they've won. And then Finn Allen was just the icing on the cake. And what an icing it was. 100 unbeaten of 47. All right, guys. Thank you for joining for 15 minutes, Rob. It was fun having you. Early night for you as well. You can go home and, have fun with your family.
Will do.
Thanks for keeping me company throughout this watch along as well. It was good fun. We should do this again sometime. And thank you to
100%.
every one of you guys who was with us for this live watch along. All of you guys are legends. And thank you for your interactions. Thank you for your super chats. We will see you soon enough tomorrow, twice for 2 other watch alongs, and then there'll be the review shows as well. There's no review show tonight, so that'll be it for us or from us for the evening. But there's lots of content coming your way. Keep tuning into Combox. Like, share, and subscribe. Follow us everywhere. And have a good one. Take care. Goodbye.
Combox. The game lives on.